Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
And here we go on a Wednesday, attacking and dominating our way to 9 a.m. every single weekday morning right here on The Fan. Brandon Beam, the General Bobby Carpenter, and of course our fearless leader and producer Mark the Shark Bob. We've made it to the midweek. Coaster Bob Day for some, First Friday Miracle for others. What's going on, buddy? It's great to see you today.
Oh, it's great to see you, Beam. It's great to be in here. Great to have Shark back. Great to have Shark some wings.
Sharky
Those
like
in there
winging.
for you. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot him yesterday, Shark. But you got him today, so we're ready to go. It's supposed to be warm today. Is it supposed to rain? I think it is.
I think it's supposed to rain like later.
And then that's the long rain until
Literally
Monday.
the long rain.
The long march. So we've got that going for us, though, Beam.
Yesterday was beautiful, man. It was really nice out yesterday.
It was. It was a little windy at the beginning, but then it got a little bit better and the wind died down just a little bit. So it ended up being a little bit nicer.
Yeah, for sure, man. It was pretty good. But how about those jackets last night? Just when you needed your very best, they gave you that.
Gave you a lot of goals.
8-4 winners last night against the Preds. It was nice to play not a close game.
Yeah.
for a change. I feel like these last 2 or 3 weeks, it's either been A, not scoring a goal and kind of getting shell-shocked, or B, winning a game in very tight and dramatic fashion. And that was not the case last night. 8-4 winners at Nationwide. A goal explosion, if you will.
Yeah. I mean, 8 goals is a crap ton in the hockey world. And so that was it was a big day. They got 2 more points. So, I mean, this is what you've got to do. I mean, you've got to get 4 points for every 3 games at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if a point a game is going to get it done. So they're on the path to being able to do that. They've got a tough. That was the game, Beam. That was probably their last easy game.
Yeah, you needed it. You needed to get it.
I mean, it wasn't a must win, but from a standpoint of like ease of operations, that's one that you were looking at and you could circle and say there's probably 2 points coming at you.
Yeah, and you know what? You handled it exactly as you should have. An 8-4 victory. And you feel pretty good about that. We got a great show lined up for you here this morning. Lots of Buckeye sound today. Over at the Woody yesterday, it was DB's day, so you're going to hear from Tim Walton, maybe a Devin Sanchez appearance on the program today. Matt Gurrieri, Caleb Downs, all kinds of good stuff coming out from the Buckeyes yesterday. Head coach of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Ryan Day, he's going to join the program coming up at 6:30 and 8:30. Had an opportunity. It's a great conversation that we had with him yesterday. So going to get a chance to listen to that a couple of times today. 7 o'clock hour. Tush Push isn't going away just yet. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the show. And then, as always, every single Wednesday, at the very end of the program, a Columbus Blue Jacket joins us. This week's Blue Jacket of choice, Mr. Sean Kuraly. Very excited to get to talk to him at the tail end of the program today. Before we hop into anything else today, it's Wednesday. It's the 2nd day of April, 2025. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Baba, what do you got lined up for us on this hump day, buddy?
Well, it's April 2nd, the 92nd day of the year, 273 days remaining in this 2025, and oh, what a glorious year it has been. This date, 1513. Back on March 27th, Ponce de Leon saw Florida. Well, today he got off and they boarded it. Lands near St. Augustine, coming ashore for the first time. Do you know what Ponce de Leon was looking for?
The Fountain of Youth, Bob.
Fountain of Youth. Did he ever find it?
I think he did.
You think he did?
Yeah, I think he found it down there somewhere.
What do you think he's doing now?
I think he's reincarnated himself as Tom Cruise.
Well, definitely didn't as Val Kilmer.
No, rest in peace.
All right, Pete. Too soon, Shark?
Yeah, I would say so. It's just a couple hours
I died.
fresh.
When Val died in Maverick, that was his official death to me.
Yeah. This has been a tough go for him.
I commemorate his death at that point. This date, 1800, Beethoven leads the premiere of his first symphony in Vienna, Austria.
Do we have a recording of that?
I asked Shark to get something for us. He said that they didn't get it done. This date, 1877, the first Easter egg roll takes place on the White House lawn. 1917, Woodrow Wilson asked Congress for a declaration of war against the Germans. which she eventually ended up getting. 1913, a teenage girl, or 1931, rather, not 1913, 1931. I was reading this, they said this teenage girl struck out both Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig in an exhibition game in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's amazing.
Yeah, how about that?
I don't think there's a lot of pitchers back in the day that could say that they did that to both major league pitchers.
Why not? And then on this date, 1967, devastating the music world, Steve Winwood leaves the Spencer Davis Group that I didn't even know he was a part of to form Traffic, which I also didn't know he was a part of.
This is with the Spencer Davis Group.
I know that song.
That is good. I didn't realize that was the Spencer Davis Group.
Or Steve Winwood.
That song's tremendous.
You guys are so young.
I know.
They play it.
You make me feel so old.
Have you ever seen the movie, oh gosh.
Blues Brothers.
Notting Hill?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they play. That song is prominently featured there at the end when they're trying to chase down Julia Roberts at the press conference.
Yes.
And he jumps in the car and they're driving around. I might need to watch. I need a feel good. I need a feel good movie.
That's probably a 2.5 star movie. It's cheesy, but I love that movie.
It's super cheesy and ridiculous, but it's got some nice. His flatmate has got some nice comic relief in there.
Going to the door in his underwear.
I'm gonna need to watch that. And then on this date, 1992, the New York Mafia boss John Gotti is convicted of both murder and racketeering.
Good evening. It's a guilty verdict that prosecutors hope breaks the back of organized crime in New York City.
Gambino crime boss John Gotti and his co-defendant Frank Locasio guilty on a host of felonies that could send them to prison for the rest of their lives.
A supremely confident John Gotti had spent most of his 7 weeks on trial thumbing his nose at the prosecutor, muttering obscenities against the government, and laughing off testimony that he is the godfather of the nation's richest and most murderous crime family. It took only a day and a half of deliberations for the anonymous, sequestered jury to wipe the smile off Gotti's face. Tough guy Gotti took it on the chin over and over and over again as the jury forewoman repeatedly pronounced him guilty of murdering his way to the top of the Gambino crime syndicate.
A lot of movies and things been portrayed about John Gotti.
Murdering his way to the top. That sounds like a great way to get there. You know?
Sometimes you gotta trample the dead, hurdle the weak.
Absolutely. Get the job done, whatever it takes. Walter Chrysler, born on this day in 1875, the founder of the car company that bears his name. Don Sutton, Dodgers pitcher, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, born on this date in 1945, commentator as well. David Robinson, not the Admiral, the drummer for the Cars, turning 76 today.
Great song.
Just What I Needed. I love it. What a good one. That's a good one you picked there, Shark. Hank Steinbrenner, born on this date in 1957, the former Yankees boss, passing away. Probably a bit younger than most people thought. And then Billy Dean.
You want some Hank Steinbrenner?
Oh, we got some Hank Steinbrenner. Let's get that.
Tonight, the New York Yankees are mourning one of their own. Our Otis Livingston has the story tonight in sports.
Some sad news to pass along from the world of baseball. Yankee co-owner Hank Steinbrenner has passed away after an illness reportedly not coronavirus related. He was 63 years old. The brash oldest son of the boss, George Steinbrenner, in recent years took a more behind-the-scenes role with the Yankees, ceding power to his younger brother Hal. In a statement, the Yankees said Hank was a genuine and gentle spirit who treasured the deep relationships he formed with those closest to him. Hank Steinbrenner, survived by his 4 children and 1 granddaughter.
There we go. Old Hank Steinbrenner passed away on this date, born on this date, 1957. Billy Dean, country star, singer, star of Search, had one nice little hit, Sharky, turning 63. What'd we find?
Pray what needs praying, say what needs saying, 'cause we're only here for a little while.
You know, I was looking for his one big hit, Bob. He actually had 3 songs that made it all the way up to number 3 on the country charts.
Oh.
So I don't know if I picked the one you were talking about or
I
not.
don't know. You picked a good one.
That was pretty solid.
That sounded good right
Not
there.
a big country guy, but seemed pretty nice.
You seemed like a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Dean, Billy Dean.
I asked yesterday when you were going over these names, I'm like, the Sausage Man?
Yeah, absolutely. Bill Romanowski turning 66. Read his biography in high school, or maybe early college. Very, very interesting guy. I actually interviewed him with Rothman at the Super Bowl down in Miami about 5-6 years ago.
Who's the NFL's greatest defensive player of the last 20 years? Tough call. Who's the most controversial? That's easy. Linebacker Bill Romanowski. Romo, as he was known, played for 4 teams and led defenses that won 4 Super Bowls. But this NFL hitman earned a nasty reputation for extraordinary violence. In his book, Romanowski writes about a playoff game against the Giants, where he found himself buried with running back Dave Meggett.
I'm pissed, and I'm down there just trying to rip that ball out of his hands. All I could get was a finger. I just snapped it, and I could hear a scream at the bottom of the pile.
You broke his finger and you thought to yourself, good, he's not going to be so effective anymore. Man, that's cold.
That's awful.
That's awful.
Do you have any remorse, Bill? No.
That's awful, though.
Charge it to winning.
Charge it to winning. Country singer Zach Bryan, born also turning 29. Today, some holidays and observances. It's National Day of Hope, which is the first Wednesday in April.
They say hope springs eternal.
They do.
They say hope is not a strategy.
And that is probably the more important thing. But it's National Ferret Day, and that might be a strategy. Shark to own an amphibious rodent as well.
Jennifer Aniston. Was that a ferret?
Yeah, in Long King Polly.
Yes,
she had a blind ferret, I might add.
Polly Pfeffer.
Absolutely. Gosh, I saw the gifts from Philip Seymour Hoffman for that. Like
Rain Man.
He might have. That might be one of the greatest characters that is.
White chocolate.
And
when he's sitting at the board table.
It's so good. So good. National Walking Day, National Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. How about that? And Reconciliation Day. And those are historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, April 2nd, the 92nd day of the year, and 273 days remaining in this 2025.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. One new Buckeye is learning a good lesson, which I think Bobby has mentioned a ton of times here on this program, in that no one cares. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, a crash we are watching on 71 has cleared up. No major issues that we're watching across your central Ohio roadways. Busy traffic on 270 just south of Easton and on 33 on the southeast side. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Your home is more than just 4 walls and a roof. It's where life happens, where memories are made, where family gathers, and where you should feel safe. At Newman Roofing, we know that when it's time for a new roof, you want to feel confident that you've hired the right company, one that will install a quality roof and complete the work as promised. But with so many roofing companies out there, how do you know which one to trust? For over 30 years, Newman Roofing has helped more than 7,500 families protect their homes with quality roofing, gutters, and siding. We believe you deserve a company that provides a white glove customer experience, one that pays attention to every detail and treats your home like it's our own. At Newman Roofing, we're not just another roofing company. We're a family-built business that stands behind our work. So when it's time to replace your roof, don't settle for uncertainty. Choose the local family with a reputation for excellence. Choose the company you can trust. Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit us online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, 3-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining LifeSearch to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to LifeSearch.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. LifeSearch featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit LifeSearch.com today.
Look, there's feelings and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business, and that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
The Buckeye Show.
I heard Jake Diebler on Bruce Thornton. He's the best in the country, you know? There is no one I ever want to have running point.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
Nearly 90% of Ohio's children grow up, learn, and dream at one of our public schools. As lawmakers continue to hammer out the new state budget, they must make sure the school funding formula reflects what it actually costs to provide a great education for everyone. Tell your lawmakers to keep their promise to Ohio's kids.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I expect mostly cloudy skies through the morning. Will be breezy with winds out of the south around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures climb through the 40s this morning, and we warm up quickly into the 70s this afternoon. We wait until late tonight to see the threat for strong to severe storms. And then tomorrow, you're looking at lingering showers in the morning, the severe threat over. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Colora.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. A radio show hosted by two former football players, one slightly more successful than the other. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, before we talk some Buckeyes, got to tell you, losing almost 70 pounds with Awaken 180 has absolutely changed my life. My motivation from the start was crystal clear. Get healthy, be more active, become the dad that I wanted to be. And thanks to Awaken 180, well, mission accomplished and then some. Program didn't just help me drop the weight, it completely reshaped my relationship with food. I've learned so much about nutrition and just eating healthier. It kind of comes naturally now. Everything's easier, whether I'm running around after the little guy, hopping on a plane, middle seat, why not? Actually, still would hate that because I don't like being jammed in there, but I can do it if necessary. And the best part, hands down, it's being active with Billy. More energetic, more involved, fully present for every moment with my family. And trust me, nothing is going to beat that feeling, at least for me. If you're ready to make that kind of a change for your health, your family, and your life, you can call Awaken 180 today, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com. Buckeyes. Did you make it over to practice yesterday?
Yeah. Stopped over. It was fun to see. Good to watch those guys getting after a little bit, doing some situational stuff and moving the football, getting into a little more, active things, competitive environments, situations as they continue to add stuff in. And they've got a good – at this point, you've probably have, I don't know, maybe 65, 70% of, offense or defense in. So you've got the lion's share.
Base installs.
Yeah, of what you're doing situationally. Like, you're always going to have tweaks and you're going to do game plan stuff. But, I mean, you're getting to the point where you've got a critical mass somewhere between probably 75% and 2/3 of what your scheme is going to look like in the feel of it for the players, I would say.
All right, well, that's good. It's good to know because they've got a couple of big practices coming up here later this week, culminated, of course, with the spring game in a couple of weeks' time. But really interested to hear and see everything with Student Appreciation Day on Saturday and how that goes, because we'll hear from Ryan Day coming up in our next segment. Had a great chance to check in with him yesterday, how things can get ramped up rather quickly when you get people in that building who aren't usually in that building, Bob, and you start to get the oohs and the ahs, and all of a sudden the intensity just like ratchets way up. So they still got a big week of practice this week, and then next week, obviously culminating in the spring game over at Ohio Stadium. It was DB's day yesterday over at the Woody. In this segment, we're going to hear from Tim Walton and some Devin Sanchez, who has a lot of expectations. Berm called him the Jeremiah Smith of defensive backs. So we'll see kind of what happens with that. He was correct about Jeremiah Smith, so we'll see if he can pull off a 2-for-2 situation here over the last couple of years. But here was Tim Walton yesterday. Just at this point of the season, at this point in spring ball, what are you looking for when determining if guys are going to deserve some playtime when you kind of get to fall camp and when the season rolls around?
Competition, competing on a daily basis, and processing the game. You got to process. Our offense throws a lot at us. So can you process all the stuff and have functional intelligence on the field? Because you got to be able to apply all this stuff at some point. And some guys are still young. Some guys haven't played a lot. So can you apply it? And do you have that competitive edge about you? And can you sustain it? So we still looking at to see, we still have another week and a half or so, 2 weeks of spring ball. Can you keep it going? Because that's the main thing. Some guys can go for a short period of time, but now 2 more weeks from now, can we still be doing it?
That's a very important thing that Tim Walton just said. I think every player at Ohio State, Bob, on this roster, obviously go out and make splash plays. Like, you're at Ohio State for a reason. The skill set is there. It's that continued sustainment of what you're doing in practice each and every day, and not taking a drastic step backwards. It's okay. You're going to have bad reps. That happens to everybody, right? But it's the continued success, having more good reps than bad reps, and being able to stack those days one on top of each other.
Absolutely, and that's a big piece of it. Is, like you said, the good versus bad reps, stacking those on there. The consistency piece. Good plays are going to happen, and Ryan was talking about that. Whether it's the defensive backs. A lot of that's with the quarterbacks. It's not what your best play is. It's how good your best play is. It's how bad your worst play is. So you saw some of that with the quarterbacks yesterday, and defensive backs too. Guys made big plays. You watch sometimes the receivers make a big play on a DB and like, hey, why are you doing this? I was joking with Tim, after practice about some of the different rules of how you operate and things that you do when you press, when you play off, and there's certain rules that have been like ingrained since the dawn of time. And Tim was all over some of these guys. Like, if I have to, Bobby's like, and he looks over, he's like, Bobby, if I have to tell him again, I'm going to lose it. He goes, I sound like a broken record. I go, I know. Listen, I know what you're telling them. I know to be true. I've heard it say, it doesn't even apply to me in my position, really.
But I understand it.
But I've heard it so much that I know that that's something that is like a hard and fast rule from now until the end of time. And, for some reason, like,
coaches, what are we doing?
They're young, and especially the young guys, like, hey, they've just done whatever they've wanted, and they've been better than everybody else, so it wasn't a big deal. But then you get to Ohio State, and all of a sudden now you're going against dudes. Like, you need to take the coaching and understand how important it is to do things the right way.
Here was Devin Sanchez kind of alluding to that. Remember, Devin Sanchez reclassified as well, so he's kind of been on the Sonny Styles route, where he should technically still be a senior. He should be going into his senior year in high school.
I didn't realize that. That's pretty freaky because he's very good.
Yeah, and he's got a lot of hype around him. I'm excited to see what he can do here, but it's a critical spring for him. And you kind of alluding to that point that you had just made right there about competing in college while he should be a senior in high school. I thought this was a great answer from Devin Sanchez, as I'm quite sure he's probably drinking out of a fire hose right now.
It's been a mental thing, having to get myself ready to go against guys that are, 20, 21 years old. Being 18, that they don't care about that up here. So, it's developing yourself to have a great mindset early. Having that grown man mindset at 18 years old is real important, because up here they don't really care about feelings. So it's about, just coming up here, being a man that you think you are, and, having to go out there and, prove it.
What do you always say here? No one cares, right? No one cares.
No one cares.
They don't care about your feelings. You're here for a reason. You're to play ball. And I think Devin Sanchez experienced that. And, it feels like he may no longer be the big man on campus right now.
Going from high school where, I've been the man there for 3 years. So, coming up here where you start at the bottom again. So, I told my parents this all the time, I think my history is repeating itself, because when I went into high school, the high school I went to, we were a powerhouse. So I was at the bottom there and I had to work my way up. And I feel like that's just repeating itself here. I'm at the bottom here. I put myself at the bottom, so I have to work my way up to the top. And so, just going against these guys, they're competing every day. You're not going to get a day off where receivers just coming out here just BSing. So you got to be on your P's and Q's all the time.
Yeah, you sure do.
I don't think Devin reclassified. I just think he came in early.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, those guys just all came in early. I don't think he reclassified though, because he's 18 right now, and he was a junior in 23. So last year would have been his senior year before coming in a little bit early.
Still a pretty good mindset to have.
Oh, he's a great player. Listen, he is a very, very talented, very, very talented freshman who I would anticipate seeing the field a decent amount on defense. Like he's tall, he can move, he's 6'2", 6'2" cornerback. He needs to continue to build and develop his body. But it's interesting. He wears number 4 on defense, and JJ wears that on offense. And those are obviously two of the premier skill guys that you're going to have. And so watching them, pair off like the mirror images of themselves in the 4 with the red and the white is pretty wild.
It's also it's a good time for him to come in here too, because there's a lot of turnover at that secondary position as well. So it's a great time to be getting some really meaningful reps when they're looking for guys to go out there and kind of take ownership of those position battles. So I thought that was really good stuff out of Tim Walton, Devin Sanchez from yesterday. Head coach of your national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, Ryan Day. He's going to join us here in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. No major crashes that we're watching right now. Busy traffic on the southeast side on 33 and on 71 near downtown. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome to NFL Flag. In this game, there's a position for everyone. No matter who you are.
Let's go! Show what you got!
Lace up your cleats, smear on your eye black, step out on the field, and start having fun. This is flag football, and this game is our game.
This game! Our game! This game! Our game! This game! Our game!
Visit NFL.com to find a league and get playing today.
1, 2, 3, let's play!
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Heading to work? Keep listening to the guys at the office.
Stream the show at 971thefan.com or download the Fan app.
This is Morning Juice.
All right, little Wednesday for us. Right now, we're going to head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, check with the head coach of your national champion Ohio State Buckeyes. He is Ryan Day. Coach, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. How's spring going so far?
It's been good. This group has got a lot of intensity, got a lot of edge to it. So far spring has been very, very competitive. And I think going into spring, one of the things that we talked a lot about was, we got to make sure coming off of a 16-game season that we're smart about what we do. But the more we get into it, realizing we got to replace 13 starters, that we realize we need more and more reps as we go. So we're about halfway through right now. It's been competitive. It's been good. Still got a lot of work to do.
So you mentioned replacing all these starters, and a lot of those guys, Coach, have just not been starters for a year. I mean, talking 2- and 3-year guys that have 30, 40 starts under their belt. And those were the leaders of this team. And now trying to build that leadership this year, there's a lot more open air than maybe there was before. How have you seen these guys kind of grow and mature into those roles?
Yeah, I think that's the key, is that we have talent, and I think, we've had talent in the past. But it's the other part that, like you're talking about, the experience, the leadership, the football IQ. You start to list all these things that are really the intangible things that when they walk out the door, you got to replace them. I think we have it in the building right now, but these guys just need more of opportunity to show that leadership, and try to find as many of those situations that we can create, in the weight room, on the field. And then they just need to play the game more. And the more they do that, the more they'll learn. And that's one of the big messages right now to our team is that, hey, you're going to make mistakes when you get on the field. But the great players, don't make them twice. They learn from it, they grow, and they continue to get better.
Coach, is there an indicator for you, whether you're on the recruiting trail or whether you're talking to guys in the transfer portal, that kind of indicate to you that they do have that ability? Like, the skill set's going to be the skill set, and the talent level is always going to be there with the guys that you're bringing in. But just the indicator of some of those things that you're talking about on the leadership front that you look for?
Yeah, I think one thing that's happened in recruiting, and I think it's happened naturally with the way things are with the transfer portal and NIL, is like recruiting now more than ever, at least here at Ohio State. Like, we open up our doors and we identify those that we think are a good fit in terms of, their athletic ability and how they fit into our schemes, but also how they fit into the program, the city of Columbus, being a Buckeye. But opening up our doors and saying, man, this is who we are. And not as much, maybe in the past there was, a little more of a sales job. And the reason for that is because guys can walk out the door at any moment. So what you do in recruiting, it has to be authentic. And, Ohio State's not for everybody. And so to explain exactly what it looks like, what our expectations are, what the expectations are here in Ohio for those who are from outside the state. The great thing is, I think that there's some really good young talent in the state of Ohio. So that's been great to see that coming up, because we know that's our foundation. But to answer your question, a big part of it is to explain exactly what we do here, what the expectations are in terms of leadership. And then guys are just, naturally attracted to it, or they're not, and that's the big thing in recruiting. I mean, once you get here, you have to live it. You have to want to be here so that, when adversity hits, you're willing to work through those tough times. And I think a big part of that is identifying the recruiting process, but also guys choose it, more almost than you talk them into it.
So part of that, that culture and showing who you are, the coaching staff, and you made some changes this year. Obviously, there's some departures, and you wanted to keep that continuity the best that you could. Can you talk a little bit about how that has worked so far, the integration of Matt Patricia, and then, Brian absorbing some bigger roles on that offense?
Yeah, I mean, time will tell, and, we still got a lot of work to do. But for me early on, I've been very excited, impressed with our staff, the energy, the chemistry. Guys are really getting after it. And I think coming off of a national championship, one of the negatives is, guys can start to maybe think back on the national championship as a staff. When you have new guys in here, they want to earn the respect of the team and earn the trust of the players and the coaches that are around them. So there's been an urgency. It's been good to get some different voices in front of our players. And I think you can feel that when you're out of practice. And so that part has been excellent. I like what we're doing on both sides of the ball and also on special teams right now. But like I said, time will tell. We still got a lot of work to do.
So, Coach, you started looking at this and how many years that you've been here, and it almost seems surreal. It goes incredibly fast. You had a lot of success, had some ups, had some downs. You win this first national championship. And I heard Jerry Birmingham kind of ask you a question similar to this, but do you feel like you've changed as a head coach? Is there something fundamentally different about you today than maybe there was January 1st?
Well, I think, I say this to the team, every practice, every game, and every year you have to upgrade, and I use the iPhone as the example. The iPhone that was around a couple of years ago doesn't work anymore. I think it's the same as a coach. And a big part of that is being like the players and being able to be honest with yourself and realize where you have to get better. And I think, every year I've tried to do that, just like the rest of our coaches. I think it's important to have people that tell you the truth, that can, give you honest feedback. And there's a lot of areas that I think, I've tried to learn and grow from, not just, the schematics on the field, but how to manage people, the hiring process. The job of being the head coach at Ohio State is a lot different now than even 5, certainly 10, 20 years ago. So just trying to every year be honest and make those adjustments.
He is head coach of your national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, Ryan Day, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Coach, from the first media availability after you had after your first practice in spring ball, and I'm sure that you've thought this before and in the past, do you feel like you guys are going to win a game this year compared to where you were at a couple of weeks ago coming off that first practice? Because I believe your line was, I don't know if we're capable of doing that right now. Do you feel like maybe you guys are in a better spot a couple of weeks removed from that?
I feel like we might win 1 or 2 games, but we still got a lot of work to do. So that's just how it goes, especially when you're replacing some really good players. Spring ball is a little bit that way, and having that urgency. And I give our guys a lot of credit because, one of the first meetings that we had, they wanted some of the national championship stuff that's in the facility down because they're right. It's not like, we're defending champions or national champions. This team hasn't won a national championship before. We're trying to go win another national championship. And that has to be the mentality every time you walk in this building. I think our staff has that. I think our players have that. But making no assumptions. And today's a big practice for us. It's going to be a physical one.
So one of the other things, not only a coach, but also a father, your son RJ, rising junior at DeSales and going around the recruiting circuit now, and you've gone on some of those trips with him. I believe they have something pretty big up in, I think in Massillon on April 13th, a big camp. And you've been doing a lot of this stuff. As being involved in his recruiting and seeing this from the lens of a father changed a little bit of maybe the recruiting and coaching? Has it impacted you in any way?
Yeah, a big time. Yeah, it's allowed me the opportunity to spend time with RJ, which has been great on that front, just how much he loves football. But, and being a dad, but walking into a building and just seeing the recruiting process of some of the other programs has been, a little eye-opening to me and allows us to take a look at our process. But I think more than anything, it just confirms the fact that during the process, what parents really want and the people that we want here at Ohio State is someone that's going to take care of their sons. Because after maybe the third visit, I was like, listen, I'm not really interested in going to see your weight room or your stadium. And even quite honestly, I was like, you can save the academic presentation. My son's a 4.0 and like where he's going to get his degree. Like I want to get around the people. I want to know the strength coach. I want to know the position coaches. I want to know the men and women in that building that are going to help raise my son, because you're going from one family to another family. And so it's just a great reminder that, a mom and dad are turning their son over to your program and to you. And that's our job. We have to win games, but winning games just allows us an opportunity to continue to help mold these young men, and that's our job.
We know that the mantra here is the people, the tradition, the excellence, Coach, and you got a couple of big weeks, big practice today here. Saturday, Student Appreciation Day. I know this is something that former players, current players, alums rave about in this Student Appreciation Day that has been something over the last decade or so here in Columbus.
Yeah, we try to really, thank the students for their support. They're unbelievable last year, and even at the celebration in the shoe after the national championship, seeing a bunch of the students there and the reception that they gave our team. So we like to open up a day of practice. It's been going on here for a long time. It's a great tradition. Yeah, we'll do that on Saturday, and we'll have some great recruits in the building. The Woody will be packed, and it creates such a great environment for our players. And we'll have some really good team drills. It gets juiced up real quickly in there. Sometimes we got to rein it back in a little bit, but that's okay. Great opportunity for the students at Ohio State to come spend an afternoon, watch our guys up close and personal practice.
So in the following week, it's huge on that weekend. We have the coaches clinic coming up Thursday, Friday on the 10th and 11th, culminated with the spring game on Saturday. Looks like the weather should be pretty good. And then ultimately after that, something that's been going on for 3 years that you've been a big part of, the Saddle Up event at the Woody with Russell Dickerson, north of Nashville. Talk a little bit about that and what that whole weekend's going to be like.
Yeah, a busy week. Like you said, we take a lot of pride in running a great clinic here for the high school coaches, obviously in the state of Ohio, but even in the surrounding areas. And that goes on that week leading into the weekend. The spring game itself, I think it's important to get some of our young players out there, and we will celebrate some of the players, from last season. So, a celebration of those guys in the past, but also a sneak peek into the next year, into the future. And I think it's going to be a great day of football, some cool ceremonies, at halftime and things like that. So. The spring game will be a great environment. I think it'll be awesome to have great crowd there for our guys to feel what game day is going to be like in that first one against Texas. And then later on that night, it's a big fundraiser for us in terms of NIL. We do that in the Woody. It's a pretty unique experience. We'll have north of Nashville, like you said, and Russell Dickerson here. We call it Saddle Up, and anybody who's been to it has just had a blast. And our former players will be there, Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, a bunch of the guys from last year, to kind of celebrate the national championship, but also raise some money for NIL and enjoy some good country music.
Coach, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. Have a great practice today. Enjoy these next couple of weeks, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Thanks, fellas. Have a good day. Yep.
There goes head coach of your Buckeyes, Ryan Day, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. One of Bobby's former coaches headed for the Hall of Fame. Just not the one in Canton. That and Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no crashes to tell you about, but watching things pick up on the southeast side on 33 and on 270 on the north side near Sawmill Road. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steckerwald with your fan traffic.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken, but when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
There's a new way to surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and Market District. Shop Giant Eagle's uncompromising quality at a reliable price with everyday savings. Look for signs throughout the store to find bargains on produce, meat, and more. Visit Giant Eagle to see how easy it is to save.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay. Moving up payday so you could get your money faster. Up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
I can't wait to meet Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me, or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand, listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
All right, a little Wednesday for us. Good conversation with Ryan Day. Really, really solid.
The best.
Yeah, it was good, man. Always enjoy having the coach on. Really good answers, particularly kind of with the recruiting philosophies and with his son RJ, what he's going through right now. So very, very good stuff out of him, as always.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Hey,
Use
Sharky.
promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
I'll start. I got excited. How you doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm all right. Thanks.
Okay. I'm okay. You're okay. We're all okay. It's Hump Day.
Yeah, it is.
Leo Messi has a bodyguard. His name is Yassine Chuko. And I said that boldly enough to believe that I got it right.
You nailed it.
Yassine Chuko. And ever since Messi joined Inter Miami, Chuko has been on the team sideline looking for any fans that may want to harm the star. But that is changing. The team is removing Chuko from the sidelines, and he's not happy about it. The bodyguard claims there's a huge problem with fans coming onto the pitch, and Beamer, he just wants to help Messi.
He has been his security detail for forever. I mean, even going back to his playing days in Barcelona.
Oh, he played... Oh, no, Messi's playing days.
Yeah, Messi's playing days. No, this dude is like ex-special ops. I don't know how much he makes a year to be the head of security. I think he kind of is. They're kind of similar. He actually has like highlight packages on YouTube. To go around and stop people from invading the field and trying to get to his guy.
Better or worse than Schlegs?
I think Schlegs could probably do that job. I mean, I've seen it in person before.
I mean, it's on the YouTube machine.
Yeah. I mean, this guy is quite similar in stature and build, and also maybe just...
Is the gas station ready?
Yeah.
Waffle House ready?
Oh, yeah. He's ready to go. But I like how, in our world, Bob, I mean, it's objective how we do. I mean, it's subjective whether you like us or not, obviously. But it's objective with, when ratings come out and things. I like how this man, Yassine, comes out and he had facts to back up why MLS is wrong and banning him from the sidelines. Because I was in Europe for 7 years working.
It wasn't MLS that banned him, Beam.
Who was it?
It was Inter Miami. They did a retraction.
I'm surprised.
The original story came out that it was the MLS that banned him, and then the story was retracted and said it was Miami.
No, I don't believe that at all. I think this was an MLS decision, and I think that they're lying. But the fact that he backed it up with numbers.
Didn't Messi get this built into his contract?
I would think so. He got a lot of different things built into his contract with like ownership stake in Apple as well with the TV package. The Crew are also paying for Messi to be in MLS along with every other team in the league.
You're paying for Messi to be in MLS when you go to their games.
Yeah, he said I was in Europe for 7 years working with League One and the Champions League, and only 6 people invaded the pitch. I came to USA in just 20 months. 16 people have already done it. There's a huge problem here. I'm not the problem. Let me help Messi. When he hasn't been on the sidelines, people are going in. This dude is scanning the field, looking for people to come in, and now they're banning him. Go watch his highlight package. It's pretty incredible. Taking people down to the field. He just wants to protect his guy. He just wants to do his job.
I mean, he's essentially a European schlag. So
that's what he is.
Let him do his job. I mean, I have no problem with this. Unless the dude was out there, like, causing a problem or an issue.
He was not.
If that was the case, I think we would have heard about it by now. And always do it. More security, the better, I always say.
Look at this dude. It's definitely a version of Messi's version
like
of Schlegel. For sure it is.
I've never heard you say that, Bob. What do you mean you always say?
I always say.
The better.
More security, the better. You want to be secure, Shark. I love dual and tri and quad factor authentication.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
More. I have to get.
More is better.
I have to get into something. I need an email, a text, and a Morse code sent to me.
Right. And your Face ID, too.
Face ID. Scan. Pretty soon it'll be your fingerprint.
Mm-hmm. Well, it already was your fingerprint. Now it's your face.
Maybe a mushroom stamp at some point.
Mm-hmm. After winning a second Super Bowl with the New York Giants in 1990, Bill Parcells took a couple years off and then reappeared in 1993 as head coach of the New England Patriots. His record in 4 years was 32-32, but that doesn't tell half the story. The Pats were 9-39 in the 3 seasons before Parcells got there, and before he left, he had them in the Super Bowl. Now, nearly 3 decades later, Parcells is going into the Patriots Hall of Fame. Owner Robert Kraft praised him for bringing credibility to the franchise. Seems odd, Bob, that it took this long to induct him.
Does it? Because Jimmy Johnson still isn't in the Cowboys Ring of Honor.
That's true, but that's an ownership issue with this coach.
Who do you
think Kraft and Parcells had issues?
Do you not remember the statement he made? If you're going to make me cook the dinner, you might as well let me shop for the groceries.
Yeah.
Who do you think that was to?
Well, he was the general manager and coach.
It's because I forget who he wanted to draft, and Kraft forced him to draft Terry Glenn. That was that statement.
Yeah, and she didn't work out.
And she
did work out.
What's ironic is that he called Terry she, and then I get to Dallas in 2006, and Terry is like Bill's little buddy. Like, Terry can do whatever. He has like a different set of rules.
Carte blanche.
For Terry, more or less, Terry would walk into meetings, our team meeting, like as it started, sit in the top right corner with sunglasses on. I'm like, it was amazing. I was like, dude, everybody else is like in their seat 5 minutes before, no hoods up, no hats on. I'm like, Terry's wearing sunglasses in the back at 8 a.m. in the morning. I mean, and so him and Terry, it drove T.O. nuts. Because Terry was Bill's like little dude. I'm like, didn't you guys have some issues? He's like, yeah, man, we worked through those. And like, he loved Terry, loved him. But the irony was that's what
didn't want to draft him.
No, because he wanted a defensive player, and that's why that rift came, and that's why he hasn't been probably put in yet. And the irony is that he's going in, and Jimmy's still not in Dallas, and he won 2 Super Bowls there.
I think that was one of the best stories we've heard in quite a while.
Oh, dude, Terry would drive T.O. crazy. Him and Bill would like sit there and like walk around and talk during practice. Yeah,
didn't Jimmy just get inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor?
Maybe he just did.
Like this year, because it was after he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, right?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, at least from what I remember, it was either last year or a couple of years ago. But I think off the top of my head that he did get inducted in there.
He got inducted in December of 23. So
time flies when you have fun.
About a year and a half ago. He is in there. I apologize for that. I remember it was a big deal when Jimmy went in. But I mean, Bill took this team to the Super Bowl about the same time. They didn't win one, but he turned that organization around. Ever since then, they've been good. Before that, Shark remembers how bad they were.
Now they're bad again, the Pats. Well, now they got Braves in charge, too, so we'll see what happens with them this year. Jackets, they showed up. They handled their business last night in the Arena District. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, no crashes on the map, but busy traffic on 33 on the southeast side and on I-70 as you're coming in from the west side of town. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
As men get older, our bodies change. We all know that, and often we just accept the changes as the way it is. But some of those changes, such as bad sleep patterns, low sex drive, brain fog, no energy, and reduced gains in the gym could be due to low testosterone. And that is something you can change. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And even if you're in your 30s, if you're experiencing some or all of the symptoms I just noted, you very well may need low testosterone treatment. With our treatment protocols, if you're like most men, you'll be amazed at the change. You'll have more energy, improved mental clarity, your sleep will be better, so will your workouts, and you'll likely find that your sex drive increases too. So give us a call today and make the change for good. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. That's tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye-level quality. We train hard and treat every day like game day. We're always quick, but never rushed. And you can stay in your car while our experts do the work. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit valvoline.com/Buckeyes to find your nearest location and access exclusive fan savings.
This year, we considered hiring an ad agency to help with our marketing.
They pitched impressive visuals and a script that was inspiring.
And exotic animal mascots to help grab your attention.
In the end, we just decided to tell it to you straight. Shelter Insurance has award-winning customer service at affordable rates.
Plus, our local agents are there to help you understand what coverage you need.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com and switch today.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay -108 than -110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and spring is here, and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get mulch ready for the season. Now through April 5th, get 5 bags of red, black, or brown mulch for just $10.95. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Visit OhioMulch.com today and spruce up your yard with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
We're catching up with that famous deep-sea explorer, Jacques Black-Jacques. Jacques, where are you today?
In Columbus, how?
You're in Columbus. What could you possibly be exploring in Columbus?
The April showers bring flooding to Batmouth.
Oh, I see. Spring rains mean basements are flooding.
This not necessary. Apex Pros.
Not necessary. Call Apex Pros.
A simple zoom pump check.
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble understanding this. Zoom pump check. Sump pump check. Are you saying sump pump check?
Oui.
Yes, of course. Sump pump check from the pros who knows at Apex Pros.
They come to your house.
They come to your house.
They test your zoom pump.
They test your, what is it again?
Zoom pump.
Sump pump, right.
All with a 5-star guarantee.
All with a 5-star guarantee. Now, see, I understood that perfectly.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. The Blue Jackets have scored at least 6 goals in a game 14 times this season, but until last night, they hadn't scored 8 in a game. Kirill Marchenko picked up his 3rd career hat trick as Columbus whipped Nashville 8-4 at Nationwide Arena. Sean Monahan had 2 goals and 2 assists. Adam Fantilli, 2 goals and 1 assist. In baseball, less than a week into the season, we have our first complete game. Nathan Eovaldi pitched a 4-hitter as the Rangers blanked the Reds 1-0 in Cincinnati. Eovaldi threw 99 pitches, 70 for strikes. The only run of the game came in the top of the first when Wyatt Langford homered off loser Carson Spires. The Padres are still undefeated after shutting out the Guardians 7-0 in San Diego. Cleveland has been outscored 14-2 so far in the series. Last night, Michael King struck out 11 batters in just 5 innings of work. This Sports Center is sponsored by RCDRV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 2 for us here on a Wednesday. Coming up a little bit later, 8:30 this morning, head coach Ryan Day. He's going to join the program. And then 8:47-ish, final segment of the program, Columbus Blue Jacket. Sean Kuraly, he's going to join us. Jackets with a monster win last evening down at Nationwide Arena.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
All right, let's start in chronological order here from yesterday. Rangers took down the Reds 1-0. How about Nathan Eovaldi last night, Shark? I mean, that guy was just dealing last night. Shut the Reds out, 9 innings. You don't see that much out of pitchers going the full 9.
No, certainly not in the first week of the season. That's crazy.
He's fresh, Shark.
Might have 20 complete games the entire year in the major leagues.
How many was it last year? Do you know?
I don't know.
It wasn't a lot. I mean, we're pulling pitchers after 5 1/3, I feel like, way more constantly than they're getting to 7 innings, let alone full 9. So the Reds lose yesterday. Series finale against the Rangers today at 12:40. You can listen to that game at 12:10 over on ESPN Columbus. Padres 7, Guards nothing. Did Megan and Jake have a good time at the game last night? Have you been in correspondence with them?
They were sending pictures and everything. They went to Torrey Pines yesterday and walked around there and then got to the ballpark and were sending pictures. I'm guessing because they had to be up at 4 o'clock this morning, San Diego time, that they didn't stay for the whole game. In fact, I'm kind of hoping they didn't because it was ugly.
It's going to be quite the wake-up call when they get home. After a cross-country flight, they're going to get home. Then they're going to have a near 2-year-old, which she's got a birthday coming up here this weekend that is going to be very excited to see them. Even though they're going to be tired, guess what? She's not going to care at all.
Right. She FaceTimed with them and totally ignored them. Megan would call and say, Pia, hi, Pia. And Pia just went about her
daughter
business.
used to do that. She would be angry when my wife would leave and not want to talk to her when she got back, when she was younger. Probably around 3, 4, somewhere in there. Maybe a little older.
She would have those feelings where she would just
shun. It'd take her a day to get warmed back up again. So those things happen.
Yeah.
How'd the swim team go, Beam?
I'll tell you after we talk about the Jackets real quick, because I feel like that's...
They scored a lot of goals. They didn't give up very many.
Yeah, it was a goal explosion. And the best part was, too, I mean, Marshy getting a hat trick, which is great.
2-point game, which was big.
Yeah. 8-4 was your final score. You were up 7-3 in this after the second period. So you were feeling pretty good about yourself at that point. You feel like it would really have to go off the rails for you to lose points in that game.
Before.
Yes, it was. They did jump out to the 3-0 lead. You felt pretty good about it. They ultimately closed up. I mean, it was fine for them. It was a great performance to have at a great time. And here was Dino after the game last night, just talking about how their mindset really has not changed through this entire stretch here to try to get into the playoffs?
No different than any other game, one at a time, one game at a time. Our group has done a great job of, dialing that in. I know they're not going to change how we played, even the way, that whatever stretch that we haven't had success, we still were trying to play the right way, and take it one game at a time. We don't get rattled with stuff that's happened within games or the prior game. We just move forward. So I can't see why we'd change that with how many games we got? 9 games left. So hopefully we know what to do in those situations now.
Yeah, and they did it just fine last night. Again, when you're kind of looking forward through the schedule, this is a game you needed to get 2 points of, and they did. They handled their business accordingly.
Well, because you look at some of the teams that they've got coming up.
Yeah, Canadians won in overtime last night.
Yeah, so you're sitting there 1 spot out still, 2 points down, but you still have 1 game in hand, so you have a chance to make that up and essentially be tied. Now you have to win that game to be able to make that opportunity to get to 2 points and consummate it and actually get the 2 points that are out there. If not, it's just crap in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up first, Beam.
The good news is, though, you have mentioned this team is streaky.
They are streaky.
Like if you go back and you just look at the entirety of the season.
There's a lot of wins that clustered, and then there's a lot of losses clustered. There's not a lot of like 2 wins, a loss, a win, 2 losses, 2 wins. It's usually 5 wins with a loss smattered in.
Yeah, they have 3 wins in their last 4.
8 losses with a win smattered in. There's 6 more wins with 1 loss in there. I mean, it is crazy, the runs. Just as we mentioned right before this, where they lose 6 in a row. Now they got some points and stuff out of that. But yeah, right here, it's like, okay, now you've won 3 of 4. It's like, oh my gosh, like, okay, but we've got 9 left. And if they want to go on a streak, it's got to be a winning streak if they want to get in. But you've got Colorado, you've got Toronto, you've got Ottawa twice, you have Washington twice.
Ovi scored a goal last night.
Ovi scored a goal. I mean, Philadelphia is playing better since Torts got out, but that's nice. You have a team that, isn't really in anything the second to last game.
Also fired guy.
Yes. And then you got the Islanders, the Island Boys to finish up. So, I mean, it is a thick and fast. The good news is, outside of Ottawa, they've got this Canadian swing with Toronto and Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the United States the rest of the time, so you don't have to worry about the customs and the travel and some of the different stuff from there.
Yeah, you're in Washington and you're in Philly. So
it's pretty close.
Yeah, those aren't bad trips. They're in action tomorrow against the Avs at Nationwide Arena at home. Cavs back in action tonight, Sharky, against the Knicks. So that's what we've got to look forward to, which is good. 4 games to 7 to go.
Yep. Beam.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yep.
28 complete games pitched in the major leagues last year. The entire season.
I'll set the over-under at 28.5 for this year.
Yeah. 3 guys.
1 down.
3 guys led the league with 2 complete games.
Oh, my.
And then, the other 22 guys had 1 complete game.
Are you on Pro Baseball Reference? Were you looking that up?
No.
Okay. Who leads Major League Baseball all-time in complete games?
Oh, gosh, I would guess Cy Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cy Young, Walter Johnson, one of those
those
guys.
numbers will never, ever, ever be touched. No. Not even close.
But, Cy was getting like 50 starts a season.
And he was winning about 40 of them.
He won 511 in his career and lost 316.
Yeah, that's a lot of starting pitching opportunities for him. So you had just mentioned we went to the pool last night. It's at a retirement facility close to our house, and I'm guessing
I love this. This is the best.
I'm guessing that they lease out their pool to like this swim. It's not even a swim club; it's just a swim lesson company.
Yeah.
So we walk in there.
I mean, listen, let's be honest. The old folks aren't going to be in the pool all day. They're getting in the morning.
They're doing their water aerobics.
And then you're moving on.
Like Sharky's doing his water aerobics in the summer at the pool. And so we walk in there, and it was, first of all, before we get in there, it's 5 o'clock that we're going. High Street's a mess. Place is just right off High Street. There's an ambulance that comes ripping down, like splitting, 4 lanes of traffic. I'm like, I hope they're not going to the retirement facility. They were. So we pull into the place, and a little backstory that Meredith has a grandpa, and he's 97 or 98. For her entire life, instead of being grandpa or papa or whatever your name might be, his nickname for being a grandpa was Baldy, because he's bald.
There you go.
All right?
Nice.
So William has met Baldy a ton of times, and they always enjoy each other's company. The problem with that is that now every older bald man is now Baldy to him.
There we go. I like that.
So we walk in last night, and there's this fine gentleman who is walking up to the elevator with his walker, and he's bald. And he looks at him, goes, "Excuse me, Baldy." I'm like, "Dude, you can't say that." I was like, "You can't do that." And he goes, "Oh, thanks, buddy." And then he, "Excuse me, buddy." I'm like, "Are you saying Baldy or buddy?" This is a real Pan situation.
Well, he may have said Baldy, and now hopefully he transitioned to Buddy, because that's what he called him.
Yeah. So every older gentleman who does not have hair is named Baldy. So we go in, we go to the pool. It's 1,000,000 degrees in there, which I was not prepared for, but it was. Meredith's in the pool with him, and they give him a swim cap. He jumps in the water. We're not supposed to jump in the water. He jumps in, feeling pretty good, and did the whole dunk under the whole time. Now, the problem with him is that he loves the pool so much and he loves the water that he does not stop smiling the entire time. And so when you dunk him under the water, his mouth is wide open and he's smiling. So he comes up and he's coughing and he's choking, he's laughing. But we had a great time at the pool. No accidents in the pool last night that I know of, which is fantastic. And then
that you know of.
We got out of the pool.
Then he took a dump on you.
And then he just proceeded to lose his mind crying. Back in pool. Back in pool. Back in pool. Dude, it's over. Next week we will come back.
It's over, buddy. Dream died. Yeah. All right. No more swim team for you. The fact that he had a cap on, I mean, how much hair does he even have?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Not a ton.
You call him, maybe you should start calling him Baldy.
I should.
Yeah. If you're going to shame other people, Billy, I'm going to call you Baldy too. How about that? How you like them apples, buddy?
Excuse me, Baldy. Dude, you can't say that.
That's we had a guy that, the guy that ran Sauter a long time. He'd been a long time swim coach and managed a pool, and great dude. And Caleb, when he was younger, his name was Todd, and he called him Papaw Todd. And I'm like, why not? He's an older dude that you like. If you want to call him Papaw, that's fine with me.
Just lean in.
Lean on into it, bud. It's all good.
Yeah, excuse me, Baldy. What's been Caleb Downs' impression of new defensive coordinator Matt Patricia so far? That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching a crash on 71 southbound. The left shoulder blocked off right near Cook Road in those southbound lanes. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Feeling unsure about preparing your roof for spring storms? Newman Roofing is here for you. For over 30 years, we've helped homeowners understand their roof's conditions so they can make the best decision for their home. Stop worrying and call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Skyline nachos are back, and now there's a spicy version. Get them with Skyline's cheddar or habanero cheese, topped with fiery jalapeno slices. But hurry, Skyline's regular and new spicy nachos are only at participating restaurants for a limited time.
Attention kingdom-seeking business professionals, entrepreneurs, and investors in Columbus. Are you ready to experience a life-changing event that will elevate your faith, finances, and future in 2025? Then you won't want to miss this. Join us for Life Search, featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center for an extraordinary one-day event that will empower you to transform every area of your life through the power of faith. Prepare to be inspired by an incredible lineup of champions, including college football champions Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs, three-time national champion head coach Urban Meyer, sportscaster Kirk Herbstreit, two-time national football champion Tim Tebow, and more. These champions have experienced firsthand how faith transforms lives, and they'll be joining LifeSearch to share their powerful stories and insights on how to integrate faith into your business, finances, and every aspect of your journey. Seats are selling fast to this unforgettable event, so don't wait. Head to lifesurge.com now to secure your tickets before they're gone. LifeSearch featuring Champions of Faith, Saturday, May 10th at the Schottenstein Center. Don't miss out. Your transformation begins here. Visit lifesurge.com today.
Look, there's feelings and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Are you in need of basic dental treatment but can't afford the cost? There may be a solution. Hi, I'm Dr. Hal Jeter, president of the Ohio Dental Association, and I'm excited to tell you about a program called Dental Options. Dental Options is a partnership between the Ohio Dental Association and the Ohio Department of Health, in which qualifying patients can be paired with a dentist to receive discounted or even free dental care. Eligibility for the program is based on your financial situation. For more information or to apply, call 1-888-765-6789.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect temperatures to start off in the 40s this morning under mostly cloudy skies. We're going to have a windy and warm day. A couple of showers and storms possible around dinner time, but the real threat for showers and storms that could become strong to severe arrive after dinner time and especially after sunset. And then tomorrow we climb back up to near 70 degrees with a few showers in the morning. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Calora.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Hey, I got to tell you, losing almost 70 pounds with the Awaken 180, it's changed my life.
It's changed mine.
I bet it has. Motivation from the start was crystal clear. Get healthy, be more active, become the dad that I wanted to be, hang out at retirement homes, watching Willie swim, all kinds of good things. Completely reshaped my relationship with food, and I've learned so much about nutrition. Eating healthier, it just comes naturally now. Everything's easier, whether I'm running around after the little guy, hopping on a plane. You want to sit in the middle seat on a plane? I wouldn't ideally describe that's how I want to take a plane, but I could do it. And the best part, hands down, is being with my son, more energetic, more involved, fully present for every moment with my family. Trust me, nothing beats that feeling. If you're ready to make that kind of a change for your health, your family, and your life, you can call Awaken 180 today, 844-346-1800, or online at awaken180weightloss.com. I had Shark pull some numbers.
Oh, boy. We got our top guys on it. Shark had his team pull the numbers.
Just because Nathan Eovaldi pitched a complete game and a shutout last night, too, against the Reds, which is always good. And you said 28 complete games by Major League Baseball pitchers last year, correct? Yeah. All right. So that's the number. I asked him to pull some stats. The leader in complete games.
That's what the Morning Juice is all about, baseball stats.
Yeah, baseball knowledge. Baseball Bob.
I told you that Garrett Cole was out for the season.
It was news to me. Think it was a torpedo bat that got him?
I think so. He's just sick of getting shelled in spring training by his own guys.
I'm done. I'll see you losers later. Cy Young leads Major League Baseball history with 749 complete games.
In all fairness, I don't think they had relief pitchers when he played.
I think that
if you're getting your butt kicked, you had to stay out there and take your medicine for the next 4 innings.
You know what? We actually got a doubleheader today too, Cy. We're going to need you to get back on the mound in the second game as well.
He had 5 seasons where he pitched more than 400 innings. Now, last year there were 4 guys in the major leagues that pitched 200 innings.
Gosh, talk about load management.
Yeah. Cy Young says, what do you think Cy Young would think of load management? What do you even think of the state of baseball right now, Shark?
You know where he's from?
Cy?
Yeah.
No.
From Ohio?
Newcomerstown.
Oh, okay.
Him and Woody?
Cy Young was Woody Hayes' idol when Woody was growing up.
Well, he's Babe Ruth's old friend.
He is Babe Ruth's old friend. We heard that yesterday.
Cy Young is?
Yeah.
Yeah, not Woody.
No, not, yeah. Well, Woody would have been alive when Cy Young was alive, though.
Yes. Yeah, that was his idol. You were talking about Babe Ruth.
Well, Babe defined Cy yesterday in his Hall of Fame speech as his old friend Cy.
Yep.
Think of these young guys coming in here to the Hall of Fame. So I asked these guys during the break because I just got thinking about active.
What's Cy short for? Cyclone or Cyclops?
Yeah, that was his nickname. His name was Denton True Young.
D. Young?
Called him the Cyclone.
DT Young? I like that. It sounds a little more wrestling.
What do you think his finisher move would be? The fastball?
Yeah, right to the face.
Yeah. Whammy. I got to thinking about active pitchers in Major League Baseball now with complete games, and it's not that hard for me to wrap my head around given the state of just pitching in baseball and how many that they churn and burn through and when they go to relievers. Justin Verlander leads active Major League Baseball players and pitchers in complete games. Justin Verlander has 26 complete games in his career. Clayton Kershaw is second on the list with 25. Chris Sale is third with 16. Garrett Cole is seventh on the list, and he is at 8.
That is amazing.
Remarkable.
When you were rattling that off, I almost couldn't believe it, Beam. Almost couldn't believe it. And nobody pitches long anymore.
No, they don't.
They go 5 innings, they pull them out.
Other than Nathan Eovaldi, who shut out the Reds last night.
Yeah, God forbid you go over 100 pitches, your arm's going to fall off.
Shark, they don't even let him get to 100 pitches a lot of the time. It's like 83, we're getting close to 100.
I remember the first time I heard that. I mean, that was big with Pedro Martinez, later in his career. Like, when he gets over 100, his ERA, like, they had all these stats on what happens.
Sabermetrics.
That was like the beginning of it. And I remember seeing, like, it was important for him to pitch efficient games. They'd always try to get him out, like, usually in the 7th at some point, and let him go 6 1/3, 6 2. If he could get him through the 7th, that would be great. But there would be times where he would get beat up late in the game, like in the playoffs. And I just remember that happening. I was like, 100 pitches. That was like the threshold. He's like,
I don't know why.
He's at 110 now. And, I mean, it's just an arbitrary number. What's the difference between 190, and 98? Well, it's 2. Well, I understand that. But, like, do you think your body has some sort of thing like, oh, it's triple digits. I don't have
going to fall
a
off.
third wheel on my odometer for my arm. Like, it's just going to explode now.
And I bet there are as many injuries for pitchers now as there were when they were going 300
There's probably
innings.
more.
Probably more.
Yeah, I would think that there's more.
I mean, this guy that was pitching against the Guardians last night, Michael King, he went 5 innings, gave up 1 hit, and they had to yank him because of his pitch count because he struck out 11 batters in 5 innings. You don't want to strike out a lot of batters. It'll run up your pitch count.
What a great juxtaposition to be in. Guy's pitching unbelievable. 11 Ks, 5 1/3. How many total pitches did he have? Did he get to 100 or not?
I don't know what the final number was, but think about the fact that these guys are some pitchers are making $1 million per start, and they're going 5-6 innings.
Sounds pretty good.
Put a ball in Willie's hand now, Beam.
I am.
Put it in his left hand.
We are. That's what we're doing, dude. We're throwing ball in the bush. That's what we came back from the pool last night. Chlorine-soaked eyeballs. crying, screaming, wanted to go back in the pool. We pulled in the driveway, knew where he was at. He just lightened up. He said, ball in the bush. That's what we did. And he's throwing it with his left hand. A lot of the times it's getting rejected by that top step, but we're working on the velo. We're trying to get there with him. See what happens. Yeah, lefty pitcher, if you can get it, it's a pretty sweet deal.
Oh, my gosh, yes. And avoid those torpedo bats. They're dangerous.
Hey, Ellie's doing fine with one. Doing just fine with the torpedo bat. Meredith was nerding out about the torpedo bat.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Bean was saying it's me, math girl over there.
Yeah, math major, math teacher, computer science teacher, having a total nerd out about like the physics of the torpedo bat. I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, it's working.
The best thing about all that whole torpedo bat nonsense is that Aaron Judge doesn't even use one, and he's.
Well, why would he change? Why would he change from what he was using?
But like, the Yankees are hitting so many home runs. I'm like, the guy who's the preeminent home run hitter isn't using it, so that's not factored into the calculus of what we're putting out there.
But wait until he does.
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
I'm sure he doesn't like it, or just is not ready to make the switch.
That's my point. Is I'm sure he has swung with it, and he probably didn't prefer it, so he's stuck with what he's doing. And by the way, I think it's okay.
He's playing just fine.
I feel good about my old bat. You sure? Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, I think it's worked well for me over the course of the last decade or so here. I'm doing just fine. Here was Caleb Downs yesterday at Buckeye practice. His first impressions of Matt Patricia.
A very NFL mindset. He is a really good teacher of the game. He makes everything simple for us to understand like that. And he's done a really good job just being here, being supportive to the new guys that he's just meeting now. And he's done a great job evaluating everybody and seeing what everybody can do and trying to find ways to use everybody.
You know, it's interesting because when we got to hear from Matt Patricia a couple of weeks ago, Bob, and you know this, I mean, college has its uniqueness about it compared to the NFL, and the NFL has its own uniqueness compared to college football. And Matt Patricia said right now that, I mean, he's a teacher, but he's also learning about the roster, learning about what guys can do, learning about the versatility, and I feel like that's what Caleb Downs is trying to say right now. That Matt Patricia is just trying to take everything in to put these guys on this roster for this iteration of the 2025 Buckeyes into the best position that they can to succeed.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's all part of it. And Matt Patricia's doing a great job there. I love the defense. You love what they're doing. You know, and just these different situations as you see them, like, reveal the different layers and different concepts that they've got going out there. And it's no surprise that Caleb Downs loves it. I mean, he's a really smart guy. And this defense has a way to build in a lot of answers very, very quickly. And so it's some of the guys, while they're learning a little bit of new terminology, it's been really fun.
Here was Matt Gurrieri yesterday talking about just the possibility and the need to replace Jordan Hancock and his versatility of what he did for the Silver Bullet defense.
You know, Jordan was critical for us to be able to do a lot of things. You know, anytime that you have flexibility to be able to play outside corner, slot corner, nickel star, that type of stuff, and then be able to play high safety is critical. You know, Tim and I knew that at some point we were going to need that type of depth. So we had trained Jordan as a high safety even last spring all throughout camp. So that was really important for us to be able to do that. So we're training the guys to be able to do that as well. You know, it's part of, you know, Tim and my philosophy is to be able to play defensive back, not just star, not just safety, not just corner. It's important for the NFL too. You know, when we talk to the scouts, we talk to the pro coaches. Obviously, Tim did it for a high level there, you know, 12 years at the highest level. Matt's done it for a long time. That's important, man, when you look at these guys and the flexibility. So a number of guys, we're still working through that process right now as it unfolds, but we're cross-training a bunch of guys.
You called last week moving week, correct, at Ohio State in spring ball, and just trying to figure out the versatility of everyone in this defensive backfield and just moving guys around, seeing where they're comfortable, see where they fit, seeing where there's continuing those building blocks from maybe the day before. I think that you're moving on from moving week now, Bob, and it's starting to get real over the course of these next 2 weeks.
The cup is getting full. The knowledge base is, you know, you're beginning to exhaust some of that space. The gigs are filling up, Beam. You have to get the extended cloud storage now for some of the young guys.
The tush push isn't going away yet. That's in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear out a crash on 71 southbound. The left shoulder is blocked off in those southbound lanes right near Cook Road, and traffic slightly slow moving through that stretch. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your Fan traffic.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on retirement contributions, a very handsome reward indeed. With Robinhood Gold, your annual IRA contributions are boosted by 3%. Plus, you also get 4% APY on your cash in non-retirement accounts. That's over 8 times the national savings average. The perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% IRA boost on annual contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. Rates subject to change. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Over 8 times the national average savings account interest rate claim is based on data from the FDIC as of November 18th, 2024. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Coming up tomorrow at this very time, 7:30. Head coach of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Dean Evison. Dino, he's going to join us. I think he'll be in a good mood tomorrow after that 8-4 victory last night at Nationwide Arena against the Preds, don't you?
That'd be nice. We need to get some wins, Beam.
Yeah.
Stacking wins.
That's all you got to do, man.
Stacking wins. They got a big one.
Avs tomorrow.
Nice little meat bat out there. The meat stick to the Preds. Now you need to take that. You say they have the Canadians?
No, they got the Avs.
Avs. There we go.
Yeah, Avs, and then you're in Canada for Toronto and the Senators.
Yeah.
Yeah, for this weekend. But still one more to go this week at home.
Need another one.
Yeah.
It'd be nice because then you'd be sitting there, sitting even. Who was above them?
The Habs and the Senators.
Yeah. You're probably not catching the Senators.
No,
so
they're pretty clear.
So this is a chance tonight, Bean, to really make some hay.
So the Jackets odds as of right now.
Or tomorrow.
Yeah, to make the playoffs. The Canadiens are plus 102. The Rangers are plus 255, and the Jackets are at 3-1.
There's still good value.
That's good value.
I mean, Rothman, they were, I want to say I heard him talking about it. They were 4 or 5-1.
They were 9-1 like 3 weeks, like during the slide.
During the slide, if you could have snagged them there and thrown a couple of shekels on them, it'd be a nice little payout if they get in. Now, they've got a long way to go, but they've got a short way to get there.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. Long way to go, short time to be able to do it. NFL did not ban the tush push at the league meeting yesterday. I did see Roger Goodell said a broader discussion will take place on making it illegal to push and pull players, which would then theoretically therefore eliminate the play of the tush push. Because
you have to eliminate it across everything. You can't just say you can't do it on this play. If as long as you can still push players, which you see guys do that on field goals and other things, like the field goal block, like you'll push guys through. I mean, there's the ability to do some of that stuff.
Even, Bob, I mean, if there's a scrum, like running back pops out of a hole, okay, safety brings him down, or is corralling him, and then like you see a cavalcade of offensive linemen, tight end, wide receiver, all get behind. If the momentum is not stopped, the whistle isn't blown, and a lot of times you see guys get 5, 6, 10, 12 more yards after that initial contact is made and then push. And so that is what they're discussing now, not the pushing and the pulling of players.
So they had a rule in college where you couldn't aid and assist the runner. And then that's what they had the Reggie Bush. They called it, the Bush push with Leinart that pushed him in over Notre Dame on a sneak. People were like, wow, that was illegal, this and that. And it's no different than Dan Lanning with the 12 players participating. They had rules in that did eliminate that. And then they changed some of these rules in college. And I'm trying to think if the NFL ever had that, if it was ever outlawed on the aiding and abetting a runner, like in pushing them and assisting them, or aiding and assisting a runner to advance. And like, so sometimes they had these rules in place and then they change them, and then all of a sudden they get mad when 10 years later, people figured out, like, hey, maybe we'll go back to the genesis of why this rule was created, and we're going to utilize it to our advantage. And one team just does it better than everyone else, so that shouldn't prohibit them from being able to do it just because other teams can't stop it.
I think
Sean McVay saying it doesn't look like a football play. Well,
yes, it does.
What does that mean? There's
it's a
11
quarterback
guys
sneak.
out there. It's a quarterback sneak. They've been doing it for years.
The main problem, I think, with the tush push, and this isn't me, I think the tush push is fine. I think until you stop it, whatever. Like if you want to talk about a discussion about the banning of pulling and pushing players, okay, that's fine. I understand that.
What else doesn't look like a football play? Victory knee. So you're going to eliminate that and force teams to run plays?
That is like the least football play of all time.
100%.
So I think the problem is that the Eagles are just really good. Like if they were messing around and they were 8-9 or they were 7-10 every year, nobody would care about it. But they just won the Super Bowl.
If the Yankees were using torpedo bats and batting collectively like 180 as a team,
everyone would be like, "What?"
With a terrible slugging percentage, no one would care. They'd be like, "These guys are idiots."
Yeah,
and
look at what they're doing. Work. These guys are trying to be innovators, not working.
It's only when things are successful and go really well that people want to ultimately come in and change what happens.
It's true. And that's exactly what the Eagles are facing right now. I did see some more rule changes. By the way, where are they at for the NFL meetings right now? Is that like Palm Beach?
Somewhere hot.
Ask Mike Tomlin about that.
Sweat King.
I saw a video from Jay Glazer, I think, on X yesterday, and it was a pretty remarkable video. It's got to be a neat situation. Jay Glazer, obviously fantastic NFL insider, and he's sitting around. It's middle of the day. I mean, it was maybe 1 or 2 o'clock when he tweeted this out. And it was a cavalcade of NFL coaches, like Kyle Shanahan, Andy Reid, Mike Tomlin, Aaron.
Yeah, they do the coach's picture.
They're all, the coach's picture, which is great every year.
Belichick was awesome in that. I mean, when he used to do it, it was so great.
And just watching this video.
Braves and Shoddy down on there on the end.
Shanahan looks like he's drinking like a Long Island iced tea or something.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of guys have beers, and they're just talking shop. Well, that looks like a great place to be right now.
For the meetings for coaches, like I think those guys enjoy some of them. If they have friends at other places, the guys that were their coordinators, and believe me, not all the guys that coach together are legitimate friends, but some of them are. And so you get to go see your buddies, and it's like one time you get to hang out. We'll talk about some ball. We'll do this. We'll do that. We don't have to worry about free agency or any of this other nonsense right now. We're just here talking about ball and some different things. And some people are probably stumping for rules that they want and trying to get other people to vote for them. It's a little bit of lobbying going on out there, but all's fair in love and ball, Beam.
So you need, who was that? Would that have been? You need 3/4.
24 votes,
You need 3/4 to push through a rule, and the banning of the tush push got 16. So, I mean, it's on its way. It's on its way there unless they come up with the no pushing or pulling. Did see that the touchback on kickoffs will be marked at the 35-yard line for the 2025 season. There's a move that league officials said, and special teams coaches will prompt a significant increase in return rate across the NFL. I mean, 5 yards, Bob, that's a big difference. You've gone from the 20-yard line, used to being a touchback, then to the 25, now to the 30. We're just keeping moving things up for the penalty of a touchback.
They're going to make it so teams just don't kick it in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to make it, it's like kicking it out of bounds now. You get the ball at the 40, I think, when you kick it out of bounds. And so it's almost just as punitive as that. So if you want to kick it in the end zone, no, keep it in the field of play so people can watch this play. The kickoff was the most exciting play in football for a long time. And then it just became blah. There wasn't a whole lot to it. So, yeah, it's a big deal, man. It's a BFD.
Owners decided to table part of the kickoff proposal that would have addressed low recovery rates of onside kicks as well. Other approvals that came down approved a proposal from the Eagles to give each team a guaranteed possession in overtime during the regular season. That doesn't happen, so that's a big new one. These are now going to be the playoff rules. So remember, if in the NFL, if you
score a touchdown, the other team still gets to possess the ball, which was not the case.
And they had tinkered that in the past because for forever it had always been whoever scores first wins, whether that's a touchdown, whether that's a field goal, doesn't matter. We're in sudden death. And they changed it, I don't know, a decade ago, maybe a little bit less than that if a team scores a field goal on their opening possession, then you have a chance to counter with a field goal or a touchdown or the game is over. So now both teams are going to get possession of the ball in regular season overtimes, which, okay, that's cool. They don't want ties. They don't want ties. I don't know if this is going to help.
Well, they don't want them playing an extra 15 minutes, a full quarter, and that would lead to a tie. And so they wanted a quick resolution to the end of the game, but you also want something that's going to be fair. I'll never forget listening to Rothman cry about the Tom Brady beating the Eagles back in 2019 and the Patriots when they're down, is it 28-3, and they come back, and then New England gets the ball in overtime first, and they drive down and score a touchdown, and they win.
Yeah.
Like, that's not fair. I'm like, well, they had a million opportunities to stop them, and they knew the rules. If they just kept James White out of the end zone, you kick a field goal, and then you get the ball back.
Yeah, I understand that as well. I mean, they had all the momentum in the world, right? So there was no way they were not scoring a touchdown on that drive. To your point, though, there were 4 possession opportunities for them to then stop the Patriots to be able to do that. Here's a fun one for you. The No Fun League endorsed the competition committee's request to add additional specifics on prohibited actions that would violate the league's unsportsmanlike rules, including a throat slash gesture, simulating firing or brandishing a firearm, or displaying the nose wipe gesture. Can't do any of that.
How about the bow and arrow or the sword? When are we coming down on those other prominent weapons?
Other prominent
How about a shoulder? A rocket launcher off the shoulder?
What about a big machine gun? Just.
How about double dynamite? Is there anything that we can do that's fun?
The throwing of the grenade.
The grenade. I mean, listen, that projectile can take out a lot of people. There's a lot of opportunities there. Molotov cocktails. I mean, we got all kinds of stuff.
Black powder weapons, though. Okay, sword fine, bow and arrow fine.
Bow and arrow, only medieval weapons.
Yeah. What about a mace, acting like you're swirling a mace around your head? Or that. I was thinking of the giant mace. That.
The
swinging mace.
Absolutely.
Not the bear spray mace, but the police spray, bear spray mace. Either one would be fine. But yeah, NFL No Fun League. That's going to continue. We're going to get Juice next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we are still watching crews clear out a crash on 71 southbound. The left shoulder is blocked off in those southbound lanes right near Cook Road, and traffic slightly slow moving through that stretch. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
We've lowered prices. You can save 15% or more on hundreds of items like Thomas Mini Bagels, Campbell's SpaghettiOs, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
When it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, call Newman Roofing, 614-NEW-ROOF, newmanroofing.com.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place. Wait, Leslie, what is that dude doing over there at that window?
Well, that dude is Chase, and Chase is making that window look perfect. We're sticklers on detail, Wilson, both in our showroom and definitely in people's homes.
Chase, be careful. May have spilled some coffee over there just a bit ago.
Oh, he knows. He seems to work a lot more when you're around, Wilson. Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring into savings at Ohio Mulch. Get 5 bags of red, black, or brown mulch for just $10.95 now through April 5th. Save $50 on home delivery too. Visit OhioMulch.com today.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply.
If you're struggling with ED or your performance is down and your belly fat is growing, listen up. You've got one life. Now is the time to act.
At the Columbus Men's Clinic, we're not just healthcare, we're your secret weapon. Don't wait another day. Here's why you need to act right now.
Every moment you delay, your condition could worsen. It's not just about sex, it's about your heart, your relationship, your life.
The Columbus Men's Clinic has over 10 years of proven results for low testosterone and increasing drive, energy level, and performance. We've introduced ED and enhancement treatments so exclusive, you'll wonder why you waited.
Procrastination is the thief of time. When it comes to your sexual health, you can't afford to wait. Join the league of gentlemen who've walked out of our doors with a swagger.
Call the Columbus Men's Clinic at 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. Book your $99 male performance consultation now, including blood work. Call 614-300-7400 or visit columbusmensclinic.com. The Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And betting reduced juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Coming up 1 hour away from right now. Around 8:48 this morning. Columbus Blue Jacket, Sean Kuraly. He's going to join the program, talk a little CBJ and their massive 8-4 victory against the Preds last night.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, Bob. Big Wednesday, hump day here. What's got you fired up, buddy?
Oh, goodness. What's got me fired up? The Jackets getting that nice win last night because I was worried that was going to be a game that we would come in today and look like a bunch of sad clowns. Yeah. Like, that's one of the easiest ones you should have had left, and you somehow blew it. But they did not. They came out and they performed in a huge way, and super pumped about that. We got the schedule, too. My youngest son, Caleb's a second grader, and he's going to be playing in a little basketball tournament. Like, he played up at Sawmill Carriage Place the last couple of years. But he's going to be playing like in a real basketball tournament over in Pickerington. They got the game times for this Saturday. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like, what second grade basketball on a 10-foot rim is going to resemble. I put the over-under for point total at 21.5, and I'm going to hammer the under.
Does he shoot on? How often are they practicing on?
Well, they played on like 9 over there at Carriage Place, so they're going to have to move up. And he's been shooting. I mean, he did knock his older brother out in a game of knockout the other day.
That's probably the most proud moment of his life.
Oh, yeah. It was Cullen was a salt dog when that happened. I'm like, bro, you missed 3 layups. He got you. That's what happens. So
make your layups, make your free throws.
100%. Make the gimmies. So that's got me juiced. Yesterday, watching just some of the stuff at Ohio State's practice and watching the ups and downs of the quarterbacks, but watching some of the young secondary play, it was very exciting. And some of the young linebackers, they've got some really talented young guys that I'm excited about this team. It's really hard to repeat, and I don't know that they can do it. But to quote Urban Meyer, Shark, they'll be in the mix for the national championship. So I'm excited to see that and to watch this team grow and continue to develop and, the interactions with everybody and what they're able to do out there. My guy Maurice Clark was at practice, started talking about some stuff and just different things, and he was love watching the young guys. So it was pretty good time out there, and it's always got me juiced. They've got about a week and a half left, and they got the coaches clinic coming up next week. That starts on Thursday. It's Thursday, Friday. They're going to do a wide receiver panel. We did one, I think, last year, maybe 2 years ago, last year with the linebackers. It was like Schleggs, AJ, myself. I think Josh Perry was up there, James, and it was a lot of fun. And this year they've got, like Santonio Holmes, Hartline, I think Ted Ginn. I mean, it's a good group of guys that they're going to ultimately have. There's a couple others, so it'll be a lot of fun to watch. And so I encourage everybody to get out there, go check it out. All that has me juiced, Sharky, and the fact that the show is awesome. You do a great job.
Thanks,
and,
Mom.
it's fairly well received publicly. What's got Schleggs juiced?
Listen, this body needs red meat and veggies. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't need oils. It needs meat.
Oils.
What is it needing oil? It doesn't need oils. What are you, a car? Like the essential oils? What are we talking about?
First of all, I'll tell you what doesn't have me juiced. As I was watching the Blue Jackets game last night, I was monitoring the Montreal game. Excuse me. Hang on a second.
You all right over there?
Let me turn my mic off. Not do that live on the air.
Clear my throat.
Anyway, I was monitoring the Montreal game on my phone. And the Panthers scored late in the second period to go up 2-1, and they held that lead all the way until there were 9 seconds left in the third period. 9 seconds to go. The Canadians tied it up, and you knew at that point they were going to win it in overtime. The Panthers didn't have Bob in the goal. They went with their backup. And so I went from...
Didn't they do that to us recently? And the Panthers score with 9 seconds left to go, or was that the Lightning who did that against us?
It's a blur.
Yeah.
Beam. Yes, it seems like that happened recently, but I don't remember what the team was. So anyway, I went from 1 minute thinking that the Blue Jackets were going to secure that 8th seed, the second wild card, to realizing that we were going to be 2 points behind. And when the season ends, if we are 2 points behind Montreal, I'm going to remember last night. But I'll also remember last night. I don't know if you heard this or not, but Bobby Mack told me here on the Fan that Marchie had a hattie.
Werenski gets a stick free. He's got a man in the slot. There's a shot and a score! Kirill Marchenko! Now Monahan back to Marchenko with a shot and he scores! Marchenko battled through it and he now has an even 30 goals on the season. Monahan gives it to Marchenko, who hammers it home. It's a one-timer. It's a hat trick, and it's an 8-3 Blue Jackets lead.
Like a baseball score. I loved it. That was fun until Montreal won in overtime.
Well, it was still fun. That was better than losing.
And by the way, we were talking about this. I don't think you were here, Beam. Bobby and Tito and I were talking about Wayne Gretzky. Is he going to show up for Ovechkin's record goal? Well, he's got to make a road trip because the whole entourage, Gary Bettman, the commissioner.
He'll love coming to Columbus.
And
it's his favorite place.
Gretzky, they are all going location to location starting now to follow Alex Ovechkin. So they're going to be, I forget where they start. They play tonight in Raleigh.
Do you think they're just traveling together on a private jet?
I bet they are.
Yes, I mean, if I was Wayne, I would be drunk for the next week.
So, yeah.
On the NHL's dime.
If Ovi makes
it different from what he's doing on his day-to-day.
It's probably not. Different cities.
If he makes it 5 more games, we're going to see the great one here in Columbus, Beams.
Do you think he's going to make it? I mean, not make it. I think he's going to break the record.
Before we get to Columbus.
Yeah. That Blackhawks game at home is looking mighty tasty for them this coming Friday. I know that would have to be getting 4 goals in the next 2 games, but a home game.
You would think he wants to do it at home.
Yeah.
Obviously.
They also then they get the
need some power plays. It'll be interesting if the refs put the fix in on it because they start getting an inordinate amount of power plays, so you can just stand over there on the left side, left wing, and hammer slappers.
Whammy! Bettman's going to say, "I'm tired of flying all over the country.
I'm tired of paying for Wayne."
Drunk Wayne over here beside me.
Go, Alex! Go! You think he's cheering for him?
Do you think his wife bet on what game he's gonna break the record?
Ovi's wife or Gretzky's?
No, Gretzky's wife.
I would.
And do you remember the whole scandal? You remember that, Shark?
No.
Oh, where Gretzky's wife was like tied in when he was running the Coyotes. Oh, dude, I'll have to pull this up.
All right, you pull that up.
Oh, his wife was like deep in. Deep. Yes.
Betting against the Coyotes?
I don't know who it was, but they said she was paying like bags of cash to people.
Did you guys see what the Ohio State women's golf team did over the weekend?
No.
The Buckeyes set a tournament record and a program record with a 54-hole score of 819. That would be minus 45. That would be 45 under par. For them, they earned the team title. They topped number 2 Arkansas by 10 strokes. The Buckeyes shot in par of all 3 rounds, fired a 16 under in round 3 to tie the lowest 18-round hole in program history. Now, leading the charge for the Ohio State Buckeye women's golf program is Carrie Hollenball. Carrie Hollenball went to high school here in New Albany. Fantastic Central Ohio girl. Unbelievable golf prospect. This weekend, she's teeing it up at the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Really cool. So it starts today. Amateur, yes. It starts today. I think her tee time is later in the 8 o'clock hour, maybe, or like around 8:45. They play a course. It's called Champions Retreat for the first 2 rounds. And then if you make the cut, you get to have a practice round at Augusta National. And then the final round is played on Saturday this weekend at Augusta. So Carrie is down there right now. She's got a tee time today. Some of her stats this weekend. Hollenball won the individual title with a 54-hole score of 200. That is 16 under par, which also was her career best. She fired a 8 under 64 in round 3, which is a career low, and tied for the second lowest round in program history. She led the field of 84 players in par 4 scoring. She finished 8 under par on par 4s. She was second in birdies with 18. She also has shot a team best 10 rounds in the 60s this season. This is Hollenball's 3rd title this spring, so 3rd individual title this spring for her. She also claimed the individual titles at the Therese Hessen Invitational, Region Challenge, Spartan Suncrest Invitational, and then her 3 victories are tied for second most in a single season in program history. So we're riding a hot hand. Go Carrie this weekend. Hopefully you can make it to Augusta National on the weekend, but it all starts today for her around 8:45. The Buckeye men's hoops team had a hell of a day yesterday. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are still watching crews clear out a crash on 71 southbound near Cook Road, slightly slowing traffic over there. Also slow moving traffic moving into Circleville on 23 northbound, right near Emerson Road due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Guys, it's college hoops superfan Timmy Hall. The finals are here, and the only thing for sure is this. It's the last time to bet on college basketball this season. It's been an amazing ride to get here, so get in on all the action, expected and unexpected, with DraftKings Sportsbook. Live betting, exclusive content, promos, and parlays. DraftKings is the ultimate college basketball destination for March. Ready to make the first bet? Check out the matchups, pick a team to win. It's that simple. First time, here's something special. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. So bet the unexpected with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TheFan971. That's code TheFan971 for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus, Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. New customers only. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like asterisk-free checking. An account that's filled with features, but no monthly maintenance fee, no matter what. Because it's your money, right? So we think you should keep it. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney.
I can't wait to meet her. Oh my gosh.
Put your hands together for new Dr. Pepper Blackberry and Dr. Pepper Blackberry Zero Sugar.
There she is! Woohoo! Yeah! It's full Dr. Pepper!
With sweet blackberry flavor!
Dr. Pepper Blackberry, I'm obsessed with your succulent taste. Please marry me!
No! Marry me! Marry me or I'm gonna freak out!
Try new Dr. Pepper Blackberry.
It's a pepper thing!
He shoots. He scores!
It's a great time of year to be a fan, but the fun stops when you or a loved one can't control your gambling. Maryhaven is here to help with in-person, virtual, and group options. Learn more at maryhaven.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, people are officially going crazy over our sleek, black framed windows. They change the entire look of a home.
Leslie, nobody believes that just black frames can change the look of a home.
It's like when Superman put on his black framed glasses and became Clark Kent.
Wait a second. Clark Kent is Superman? Are you messing with me right now?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Men over 40, struggling with low energy, not feeling like yourself? Low T Center's testosterone replacement therapy is the solution. Get started today. Visit one of our conveniently located clinics, meet a medical provider, and get back to feeling your best. This April only, the consultation is free. Treatment is tailor-made just for you and is covered by most major insurance. Get treated at our centers or from home. Why wait? Book your appointment now at lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com.
Now at participating locations, it's UDF's new Sicilian-style pizza. We serve it on our family recipe focaccia crust, handcrafted in our bakery. And right now, get any size Coca-Cola fountain drink free with your purchase. Pizza from United Dairy Farmers, made for you.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Who's cutting down the nets this year? Get in on all the tournament action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest upsets to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. The Blue Jackets needed a win last night against Nashville and got it impressively. Kirill Marchenko scored 3 goals for his 3rd career hat trick as Columbus dumped the Predators 8-4. Sean Monahan and Adam Fantilli added 2 goals apiece. In baseball, Padres starter Michael King only went 5 innings, but he struck out 11 batters and didn't allow a run as San Diego blanked Cleveland 7-0. The Padres are 6-0 for the first time in franchise history. The Reds were also shut out. Nathan Eovaldi pitched a complete Game 4 hitter as Texas blanked Cincinnati 1-0. Wyatt Langford homered off tough luck loser Carson Spires in the first inning to account for the lone run in the game. Spires allowed just 3 hits over 6 innings, striking out 5. The Sports Center is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. It's great to have goals. It's even better to have experts to help you attain those goals. Experts in weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
Hour 3 for us here on a Wednesday. Coming up 8:30 this morning. We'll listen to Ryan Day again. And then at 8:48-ish, 8:47, Columbus Blue Jacket, Sean Kuraly. He's going to join us.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
Ever get tired of hearing that cannon go off at Nationwide Arena? I don't.
8's a lot, but it's enjoyable.
8-4 last night against the Preds, at home against the Avs tomorrow. Going to continue racking and stacking. Sharky mentioned and what had him not juiced, the Montreal Canadiens coming back from a 2-1 deficit to beat the Panthers last night in overtime to get 2 points. So you're 2 points behind Montreal right now in the standings. So that's what you got going. Ovi scored again last night. He's now 4 away. That's what's happening across the NHL. Rangers 1, Reds nothing. Padres 7, Guards nothing. That's 18 innings of baseball yesterday with 0 runs and 6 hits between the two major league clubs in this great state of Ohio.
Yeah, well,
it's the torpedo bats.
Yeah, we need them. Shark, do you want to see more torpedo bats with the Guards?
I don't think it would matter, Bob. They don't have much power on that team.
That's exciting.
They haven't had much power in a while.
J-Ram had his first hit and it was a home run.
Yep.
So that's
coming back from a sprained wrist.
What's his slugging percentage?
Probably about 300.
There you go.
Are they deploying the torpedoes in Cleveland?
I haven't seen anybody use it yet.
Okay. Enough of that nonsense. Let's get on to the real stuff. Operation Slapshot. 2006. I make this joke all the time about Janet Jones, Wayne Gretzky's wife. Janet Jones, the long lost heartthrob of Anthony Rothman, by the way.
Ooh.
Any relation to Jim Jones?
That's a great question. I don't believe so. Okay. She may have escaped. She may have been the one.
Just asking.
All right. 2006. So it's breaking news 20 years later. Janet Jones, Wayne Gretzky's wife, was linked to a nationwide sports gambling ring allegedly financed by Rick Tocchet,
Rick Tocchet, who was a hockey
then
player.
The assistant coach with the Phoenix Coyotes, but she was never charged. Here's a more detailed account of these situations. This is like a script for a movie. The allegations. In 2006, the New Jersey State Police investigation dubbed Operation Slapshot revealed a large-scale sports gambling ring that allegedly involved Janet Jones, actress and wife of Wayne Gretzky, and several NHL players. The ring's operation. The ring, allegedly financed by Rick Tocchet, assistant coach of the Phoenix Coyotes, processed over $1.7 million in wagers on professional sports and college gambling, mostly football and basketball. Remember, this is 20 years ago. Gambling was not legal then in many states outside of Nevada. Jones's involvement. Authorities alleged that Janet Jones had placed bets with the gambling ring, and she was reportedly a frequent participant.
Good. Was she placing those bets on her own?
Hold on.
Okay.
Gretzky's response. Wayne Gretzky, who was coaching the Phoenix Coyotes at the time, denied any involvement with the ring and defended his wife, stating she had not broken any laws.
I don't remember this at all.
I mean, it was amazing. It was so great. No charges against Gretzky or Jones were filed. Despite the allegations and media attention, neither Jones or Wayne Gretzky faced any criminal charges in connection with the gambling ring. Other players involved, beside Gretzky's wife, other NHL players and team staff members were also implicated in the investigation, including Jeremy Roenick and Travis Green.
Ooh.
Yep. Tocchet's involvement. Tocchet, the Phoenix Coyotes assistant coach, was indicted and granted indefinite leave of absence from the team. The NHL conducted its own investigation into the matter. Gretzky's statement on his wife. At no time did I ever place a wager on my husband's behalf other than on the occasional horse race. My husband does not bet on any other sports.
There's nothing wrong with betting on the ponies.
There isn't, but I feel like there was enough here that there was that there was something going on.
He's the great one.
And I'm not saying that Wayne was betting on behalf of his wife. From what people had said, his wife loved to gamble.
Good.
And she's gambling through his assistant coach. I mean, we're talking $1.7 million 20 years ago. And I think that was largely in all cash. So, like, there's a lot of inherent problems with that. But it's pretty amazing that all that happened and that was unbeknownst to you.
What did you say it was, 2006?
2006.
Yeah, so 20 years ago.
I mean, it's unreal. But I make that joke all the time, and you guys never really laughed at it.
Oh, it went over our heads. That's why.
We're not as cultured as you are. Sorry.
Cultured? You were younger, and I get it. You were probably playing Xbox with Mike in the basement back then.
What is 2006? I would have been 14.
Shark was working in sports at the time, and somehow I can't remember this. Take your balance test, old man.
Read about it, but I don't remember it, Bob. Forgive me. I was a young man back then.
46 years old.
Yeah.
You know what's amazing is you were only 4 years older than I am when that story broke.
There you go.
Did you have gray hair back then?
I did. I had gray hair when I was in my 20s.
That's awful.
I don't know why.
It's probably all the lack of sleep and stress.
A lot of stress.
It's all the smoky,
Now
it's all the
white.
smoky treats.
I wish I had gray hair now. Now it's white. Bob, that didn't go over my head there.
That's good.
Smoking treats make your hair turn white?
Most of the people I know that smoke have gray hair.
Well, look at Beam. He doesn't have gray hair.
Yes, I do.
He does have gray hair coming in.
I'm getting there.
The best part, if you have blonde hair, it's a much smoother transition. But you'd rather
you don't have any.
Me?
Yeah.
No, my dad. Like both of my parents, they didn't start growing gray until like their mid-50s, and my dad still doesn't have a whole lot. So I mean, I've got that going for me. As long as I can keep it, that's the maintenance of it. The maintaining the battlefront is key. All right, making sure Schlegs is getting thin. I was like, listen, and I started trying because people always told me like, hey, you know what? It's easier to keep it than it is to grow it back. Like people are like, oh, I got this shampoo, this spray, this pill, whatever. You know, regrowing hair, you have to get transplants for that to functionally work.
Got to go to Turkey for that.
But I'm like, everybody said that like if you start to lose it and you get on it and you can just maintain it.
I need to know some of these tips. What do you do?
Well, I get. As soon as you click on one thing in your Instagram feed, there's every hair loss solution known to man. So you know what? Took a gamble on a couple.
Good.
Started beta testing some of them myself, and I've got one that I think works. The first one that I got, my buddy testified to. I was like, "You sure this works?" He's like, "I'm telling you it did." He showed me before and after. He's like, "Okay, worked for you." I didn't think it worked as well for me. My hair is fine in the back, in the front. I'm like, is it receding? Is it not? I thought about like getting a little tattoo line so I could somehow measure it and see.
It's like measuring your kid's height.
It really is. I'm like, I need something that is a permanent point that I can look at on a daily basis.
This is Bobby at 42.
Where it's going.
This is Bobby at 43.
Yeah. And to see like how much, what's the erosion look like?
I'm telling you, dude, as soon as it starts going for me, I'm buzzing it.
And my man Witt, I mean, he did that. I mean, he was using something, I don't know, he's on Monday Night Football because he was like real thin when he was in his 20s. It's like AJ, I would always joke with that he was going bald. And Schlegs had a nice head of hair. And now, ironically, AJ, I don't know what he's doing, and maybe he's bathing in placenta. That's placenta shampoo. He got it from Tom Cruise, you know. I mean, he used a little mud mask for the face, a little bit for the hair, keeps everything looking good and young. But I told Schlegs I was using this spray that I don't think it worked. My brother tried. I go, I don't think it's working for me. And then I was like, you know what? I'll get this little shampoo. I was like, we'll try this. And I was like, I told him, the lady was cutting my hair. She's like, your hair's really thick. And I'm like, okay.
It's working.
I go, how about the front? She goes, it's fine. Like, that's not too bad. And she's like, it looks good. She's like, but the rest of it's really thick. Where you have hair, I'm like, okay. Well, I've been on this. I actually bought it when I was at the airport sitting in Detroit heading to Texas. I'm like, you know what? I was sitting there like,
you know what, this sounds pretty good.
And you know what? I'm like, let's try it. Now I'll have a good point of when I was able to kind of start it. So it was right around the national championship game. So we had 2 months in. They said, wait for 3 months. They had all these pictures of McConaughey and all these movie stars, like all of them do. And like, look at this hair 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
That'd be sweet.
And now I look at it and I'm like, it's probably doing something else other than that. But you know what? It's worth a shot. I'll try it out. And so Schlegs, I go, listen, this I think has actually worked. I've been on it for 2 months, and the lady that cut my hair unsolicitedly told me that my hair was really thick. So I said, here you go. Schlegs is like not receding, it's just really thinning. And I never noticed that before until he told me. And so I go, get this. I go, this will probably thicken it up. So
you're gonna have to tell me what that is.
I will. I mean, it's a little deal on here it's called Spartan. It was in my deal. Ooh. I sent it over to Schlegs.
And now he's going to be inundated with hair loss solutions.
Of course. And he ordered it. And the problem is he's in Jackson for a couple of weeks. I told him I'd give him an extra bottle so he could use it and start the process and see what happens.
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it, man.
Yeah. So we can share. You can just give me one of yours when you send it to you.
Yeah. Speaking of gray hair and receding hairlines, Jake Diebler may have got a few grays over these last couple of days. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, still watching one crash down in Circleville, US 23 northbound. Expect some lane closures right near Emerson Road leading into Circleville, but everything else in the metro moving along just fine. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off of closing costs. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Hey friends, Austin Ward here. Free for life. Just by saying that, you already know I'm referring to Awaken 180. They're the only company providing it. Fast, proven weight loss, and then keep it off thanks to free support for life. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Look, there's feelings and then there's the facts. If you're feeling like your finance team is bogged down in mundane manual tasks, the fact is you need Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card that makes the expense process fast and easy. The moment your team makes a purchase, Ramp handles everything. Receipt collection and approvals, the works. With Ramp, you can cut your month-end close from 5 days to 1, customize approval workflows, and get complete control over every transaction. Facts. Over 25,000 businesses trust Ramp, including Shopify and the Boys and Girls Club of America, which is why they were just named #1 in spend management by G2. Facts. Start using Ramp and you'll have more time to spend scaling your business. And that'll feel really good. Upgrade to Ramp for free today and get $250 at ramp.com/radio. Ramp.com/radio. That's ramp.com/radio.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank, members of FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
We plant trees because people need trees, and when planted in the right place, they have great impact. Trees help slow climate change, filter our air and water, foster biodiversity, and strengthen our communities. They create the kind of transformational change the world needs now. April is a month filled with opportunities to care for and plant trees. For planting resources, contact an Ohio ISA certified arborist who can help you learn how to take the best care of your trees. Visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Expect mostly cloudy skies through the morning. Will be breezy with winds out of the south around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Temperatures climb through the 40s this morning, and we warm up quickly into the 70s this afternoon. We wait until late tonight to see the threat for strong to severe storms. And then tomorrow, you're looking at lingering showers in the morning, the severe threat over. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm meteorologist Erica Colora.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
Hey, by the way, Jake Diebler, Ohio State basketball coach, men's team, he's going to join us tomorrow at 8:30. Talk about some stuff going on with his program. New Michi Johnson was in the transfer portal. Wasn't a surprise. Did you see where he landed at?
It's remarkable.
So I asked Meredith
snip, snap.
I asked Meredith this yesterday.
The Michael Scott gif is highly appropriate for that.
Yeah, God love my wife. She is a diehard Buckeye through and through. And when we were discussing Michie Johnson coming back, she goes, "I don't want him. Already left once. Don't want you back." And I'm like, "All right, well, let's just pump the brakes a little bit. All right, and see what he can do." And then situation unfolds this year, doesn't play much. He goes back to South Carolina.
Should have trusted her intuition.
I should have. I should do that more. And so I told her yesterday, she gets home. I'm like, "Hey, did you see where Michie Johnson is going?" And she goes, "No, I didn't see where he's going." I said, "Do you want to take a guess?" She looked at me. She goes, "Well, there's two places in my mind. And that would be the Roddy Gale school of the transfer portal and going to Michigan, or given his history going back to South Carolina." I'm like, "All right, well, which one is it?" She goes, "I'm guessing because you've just asked me this question that he's going back to South Carolina." I said, "That is correct."
There we go.
So you had that come down yesterday, which was whatever.
It's remarkable.
Yeah.
I'm like, when I saw it, I was like, this can't be real.
Going back. After coming back, after going back.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
Literally,
snip, snap.
That was it. And then you had...
I saw that on social media, and I thought, it was
a joke.
Today's April Fool's Day.
I did too, and I
Gotta be
saw
a
that.
joke.
I'm like, "There's no way. That's not real." And then I clicked on the link and I read the article about it. I'm like, "Okay, well that is a fact." So he's going to South Carolina, and then you get Aaron Bradshaw, who entered the transfer portal yesterday as well.
Going back to Kentucky.
I don't know if he's going back to Kentucky or not, or where he's going to be going, but he is entering the transfer portal. And then you had former teammate,
this is ridiculous.
Former teammate of Devin Royal at Pickerington, Dalen Swain, who entered the transfer portal from Xavier. Sean Miller left Xavier to go to Texas. Dalen Swain
said it wasn't hot enough
Dalen
here.
Swain,
couldn't get the good sweats going.
Yeah, is not coming, so he is going to Texas. So it's just that's been a rough stretch. That's a tough 24-hour window.
Mm-hmm. It'd been nice to get him here.
It would have been pretty good. Been a pretty good guy to get. I mean, 36 starts, 63 games for him in Xavier. Started, he averaged this year 11 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2.5 assists. It's pretty good. So he's going to Texas.
Oh, I got to get some dudes. Well, we'll talk to Jake and figure that out at 8:30 tomorrow and see where all that's going.
I can't imagine he's getting much sleep right now, just with everything. No. I mean, given he's got 4 kids, 4 under 6, and then you're dealing with the craziness that is the NCAA transfer portal right now in basketball. While the tournament is still going on, by the way, don't forget we do have the Final Four this weekend coming up. And you got guys leaving their teams in the NCAA tournament, getting into the portal. I mean, it's mayhem. So,
but how about Bradshaw? I was so excited when he was coming to Ohio State 7-1. He was a big man. I mean, dude
from Kentucky.
Yeah, and he was. I'm not going to say he was a total bust.
He was underwhelming.
Scored 130 points or something this year.
Yeah,
that was it.
Let's get on some more. Well, I guess Let's commemorate someone, all right? Val Kilmer passed away.
So sad.
That's a rough one. He's one of my favorites. He has two of my favorite movies and 2 of the best roles in each one, with Iceman in both the Top Guns, and then Doc Holliday. I think he got Best Supporting Actor for that. That is one of the iconic performances. If you can convince me that he wasn't a drunk with tuberculosis in that, I will. I mean, there's no way you could get it done.
You won an Oscar for that?
I think he did get Best Supporting Actor in that, I believe.
What about playing Jimmy Morrison in The Doors?
That, you know what? Break On Through. Also was believing that. Break On Through to the Other Side. What is on the other side, Shark? My dad asked me that.
Never been there, Bob, but I'm going to find out sooner than you will.
Shark, remember, tomorrow is promised to no one.
True.
There's no way you could know that. I mean,
I'm going to predict that you will outlive me. We don't know that.
You have odds for that?
Let's get some odds on that.
Well,
Janet Jones would like to place a bet
on that because if I die, I'm not going to collect.
But your family will. It's a great hedge. It's like life insurance. Why would you pay for life insurance? You're betting on your untimely demise.
It's not even untimely.
You know, I mean, or maybe it's right on time. It's like being a wizard.
Right on time for my family.
You're never early or late. You're always right on time.
Mr. Baggins, wizard never arrives early or late. A wizard arrives appropriately, precisely as they're meant to. Yeah, I saw that this news this morning that Val Kilmer passed away, and I was bummed. He's been battling that for a long time, man.
Well, that's what people got mad in Maverick there. Why did they do the thing with the voice? I'm like, it wasn't a thing. It's a real deal. That's what he's dealing with. He's got like throat cancer, and it was amazing. He was able to get back and even do that the way that he did.
He did not get an Oscar nomination for that, by the way.
I mean,
not even a nomination.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't even know. That doesn't even make sense.
I'm telling you, when I was growing up, Top Gun was my favorite movie of all time. Like, it was Space Jam and it was Top Gun. Those were the two for me. Because, I mean, just seeing the planes fly in the air, I mean, that was the best movie. They had the ride at Kings Island. They had the old Top Gun ride there, and because all of it used to be the Paramount movies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when it was the Top Gun, they'd play the music going through.
Yeah, they would have all of the symbols and the insignias of the companies, through the walk-in, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And there was no cooler dude than Iceman.
Oh yeah. How about this? Is it Michael Bain? Michael Bain, I believe, who
Michael
was
Caine?
No, it's Biehn.
I don't know.
He was in. He was one of the co-stars in Tombstone. One of the other dudes in there, and they asked him. He was asked what it was like to work with Val Kilmer. So people ask me what it's like to work with Val Kilmer. I don't know. I never met him. Never shook his hand. I know Doc Holliday, but I don't know Kilmer. I mean, it's such an iconic role, and so when I saw that today, when I woke up, I was sad. I knew they said he wasn't doing well, and you could tell that by Maverick, and obviously he was struggling in that. But it's tough. It is. It was tough to see. So it was no April Fool's beam. He did die late last night at 65 years old.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
R.I.P. to a great one.
Yeah, for sure. It's tough.
As the kids say, a real one.
It was a real one, man.
He was Juilliard School trained, too.
Was he?
Yeah, I went to Juilliard.
You get a lot of these big-time actors and actresses, man. To Michael Bain's point, I never met Val Kilmer. I only met Doc Holliday. A lot of them will do that on set. Daniel Day-Lewis is known for that.
Oh, yeah.
He will get into a role. I was listening to him talk about the role that he got into as Bill the Butcher from Gangs of New York. And, he said that Leo and him were pretty amicable on set. Mm-hmm. They were nice to each other. He's like, then we got a week out of shooting. And all of a sudden he went from Daniel to Bill, where he knew that Leo was his worst enemy, and he treated him like that for
amazing?
An entire year.
That film didn't do very well in the box office.
It's it's so long.
It is very long. I think it only made $60 or $80 million. It wasn't anything that I remember looking that up, and I was surprised when I saw what the gross was. So it's man, I love that movie, and I haven't watched it in a long time.
I just watched it a couple of months ago.
And maybe it's because of just the sheer length of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember it being really good. I really enjoyed the movie, but just understanding, its budget was $100 million. The gross in U.S. and Canada was only 77.
Oh, so they took a hit.
Yeah. Worldwide. I mean, it made almost $200 million worldwide, but its opening weekend was $9.1 million. It wasn't crazy when it came out.
It's tough to sign up for a 3.5-hour movie in the theaters.
I don't mind 3.5-hour movies. Listen, as long as it's good and you're going to keep me entertained, the longer the better, I always say.
Head coach of your Ohio State Buckeyes, Ryan Day, joins us in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, just one crash down in the Circleville area on 23 northbound. Coming into town, expect some lane closures right near Emerson Road, but everything here in Columbus proper moving along with no major issues. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, millions of men experience ED, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. At HIMSS, our own board-certified urologist, Dr. Peter Stahl, knows this better than anyone, and he knows that HIMSS can help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, Senior Vice President of Men's Sexual Health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS.
Through HIMS.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs. Options at up to 95% less than the brand names when you get started at hims.com/joy. To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% less than brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Coming up tomorrow at this very time, head coach of your Ohio State men's basketball program, Jake Diebler. He's going to join us. As for now, we head out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Check with the head coach of your national champion Buckeye football team. He is Ryan Day. Coach, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. How's spring treating you right now?
It's been good. This group has got a lot of intensity, got a lot of edge to it. So far spring has been very, very competitive. And I think going into spring, one of the things that we talked a lot about was, we got to make sure coming off of a 16-game season that we're smart about what we do. But the more we get into it, realizing we got to replace 13 starters, that we realize we need more and more reps as we go. So we're about halfway through right now. It's been competitive. It's been good. Still got a lot of work to do.
So you mentioned replacing all these starters, and a lot of those guys, Coach, have just not been starters for a year. I mean, talking 2- and 3-year guys that have 30, 40 starts under their belt. And those were the leaders of this team. And now trying to build that leadership this year, there's a lot more open air than maybe there was before. How have you seen these guys kind of grow and mature into those roles?
Yeah, I think that's the key, is that we have talent, and I think, we've had talent in the past, but it's the other part that, like you're talking about, the experience, the leadership, the football IQ, you start to list all these things that are really the intangible things that when they walk out the door, you got to replace them. I think we have it in the building right now, but these guys just need more of opportunity to show that leadership, and try to find as many of those situations that we can create, in the weight room, on the field, and then they just need to play the game more. And the more they do that, the more they'll learn. And that's one of the big messages right now to our team is that, hey, you're going to make mistakes when you get on the field, but the great players, don't make them twice. They learn from it, they grow, and they continue to get better.
Coach, is there an indicator for you, whether you're on the recruiting trail or whether you're talking to guys in the transfer portal, that kind of indicate to you that they do have that ability? Like, the skill set's going to be the skill set, and the talent level is always going to be there with the guys that you're bringing in. But just the indicator of some of those things that you're talking about on the leadership front that you look for?
Yeah, I think one thing that's happened in recruiting, and I think it's happened naturally with the way things are with the transfer portal and NIL, is like recruiting now more than ever, at least here at Ohio State. Like, we open up our doors and we identify those that we think are a good fit in terms of, their athletic ability and how they fit into our schemes, but also how they fit into the program, the city of Columbus, being a Buckeye. But opening up our doors and saying, man, this is who we are. And not as much, maybe in the past there was, a little more of a sales job. And the reason for that is because guys can walk out the door at any moment. So what you do in recruiting, it has to be authentic. And, Ohio State's not for everybody. And so to explain exactly what it looks like, what our expectations are, what the expectations are here in Ohio for those who are from outside the state. The great thing is, I think that there's some really good young talent in the state of Ohio. So that's been great to see that coming up, because we know that's our foundation. But to answer your question, a big part of it is to explain exactly what we do here, what the expectations are in terms of leadership. And then guys are just, naturally attracted to it, or they're not, and that's the big thing in recruiting. I mean, once you get here, you have to live it. You have to want to be here so that, when adversity hits, you're willing to work through those tough times. And I think a big part of that is identifying the recruiting process, but also guys choose it, more almost than you talk them into it.
So part of that, that culture and showing who you are, the coaching staff, and you made some changes this year. Obviously, there's some departures, and you wanted to keep that continuity the best that you could. Can you talk a little bit about how that has worked so far, the integration of Matt Patricia, and then, Brian absorbing some bigger roles on that offense?
Yeah, I mean, time will tell, and, we still got a lot of work to do. But for me early on, I've been very excited, impressed with our staff, the energy, the chemistry. Guys are really getting after it. And I think coming off of a national championship, one of the negatives is, guys can start to maybe think back on the national championship as a staff. When you have new guys in here, they want to earn the respect of the team and earn the trust of the players and the coaches that are around them. So there's been an urgency. It's been good to get some different voices in front of our players. And I think you can feel that when you're out of practice. And so that part has been excellent. I like what we're doing on both sides of the ball and also on special teams right now. But like I said, time will tell. We still got a lot of work to do.
So, Coach, you started looking at this and how many years that you've been here, and it almost seems surreal. It goes incredibly fast. You had a lot of success, had some ups, had some downs. You win this first national championship. And I heard Jerry Birmingham kind of ask you a question similar to this, but do you feel like you've changed as a head coach? Is there something fundamentally different about you today than maybe there was January 1st?
Well, I think, I say this to the team, every practice, every game, and every year you have to upgrade, and I use the iPhone as the example. The iPhone that was around a couple years ago doesn't work anymore. I think it's the same as a coach. And a big part of that is being like the players and being able to be honest with yourself and realize where you have to get better. And I think, every year I've tried to do that, just like the rest of our coaches. I think it's important to have people that tell you the truth, that can, give you honest feedback. And there's a lot of areas that I think, I try to learn and grow from, not just, the schematics on the field, but how to manage people, the hiring process. The job of being the head coach at Ohio State is a lot different now than even 5, certainly 10, 20 years ago. So just trying to every year be honest and make those adjustments.
He is head coach of your national champion, Ohio State Buckeyes, Ryan Day, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Coach, from the first media availability after you had after your first practice in spring ball, and I'm sure that you've thought this before and in the past. Do you feel like you guys are going to win a game this year compared to where you were at a couple of weeks ago coming off that first practice? Because I believe your line was, I don't know if we're capable of doing that right now. Do you feel like maybe you guys are in a better spot a couple of weeks removed from that?
I feel like we might win 1 or 2 games. Okay. We still got a lot of work to do. So it's just how it goes, especially when you're replacing some really good players. Spring ball is a little bit that way, and having that urgency. And I give our guys a lot of credit because, one of the first meetings that we had, they wanted some of the national championship stuff that's in the facility down because they're right. It's not like, we're defending champions or national champions. This team hasn't won a national championship before. We're trying to go win another national championship. And that has to be the mentality every time you walk in this building. I think our staff has that. I think our players have that. But making no assumptions. And today's a big practice for us. It's going to be a physical one.
So one of the other things, not only a coach, but also a father, your son RJ, rising junior at DeSales and going around the recruiting circuit now, and you've gone on some of those trips with him. I believe they have something pretty big up in, I think, in Massillon on April 13th, a big camp. And you've been doing a lot of this stuff. As being involved in his recruiting and seeing this from the lens of a father changed a little bit of maybe the recruiting and coaching? Has it impacted you in any way?
Yeah, a big time. Yeah, it's allowed me the opportunity to spend time with RJ, which has been great on that front, just how much he loves football. But, and being a dad, but walking into a building and just seeing the recruiting process of some of the other programs has been, a little eye-opening to me and allows us to take a look at our process. But I think more than anything, it just confirms the fact that during the process, what parents really want and the people that we want here at Ohio State is someone that's going to take care of their sons. Because after maybe the third visit, I was like, listen, I'm not really interested in going to see your weight room or your stadium. And even quite honestly, I was like, you can save the academic presentation. My son's a 4.0 and like where he's going to get his degree. Like I want to get around the people. I want to know the strength coach. I want to know the position coaches. I want to know the men and women in that building that are going to help raise my son, because you're going from one family to another family. And so it's just a great reminder that, a mom and dad are turning their son over to your program and to you. And that's our job. We have to win games, but winning games just allows us an opportunity to continue to help mold these young men, and that's our job.
We know that the mantra here is the people, the tradition, the excellence, Coach, and you got a couple of big weeks, big practice today here. Saturday, Student Appreciation Day. I know this is something that former players, current players, alums rave about in this Student Appreciation Day that has been something over the last decade or so here in Columbus.
Yeah, we try to really, thank the students for their support. They were unbelievable last year, and even at the celebration in the shoe after the national championship, seeing a bunch of the students there and the reception that they gave our team. So we like to open up a day of practice. It's been going on here for a long time. It's a great tradition. We'll do that on Saturday, and we'll have some great recruits in the building. The Woody will be packed, and it creates such a great environment for our players. And we'll have some really good team drills. It gets juiced up real quickly in there. Sometimes we got to rein it back in a little bit, but that's okay. Great opportunity for the students at Ohio State to come, spend an afternoon, watch our guys up close and personal practice.
So in the following week, it's huge on that weekend. We have the coaches clinic coming up Thursday, Friday on the 10th and 11th, culminated with the spring game on Saturday. Looks like the weather should be pretty good. And then ultimately after that, something that's been going on for 3 years that you've been a big part of, the Saddle Up event at the Woody with Russell Dickerson, north of Nashville. Talk a little bit about that and what that whole weekend's going to be like.
Yeah, a busy week. Like you said, we take a lot of pride in running a great clinic here for the high school coaches, obviously in the state of Ohio, but even in the surrounding areas. And that goes on that week leading into the weekend. The spring game itself, I think it's important to get some of our young players out there, and we will celebrate some of the players from last season. So a celebration of those guys in the past, but also a sneak peek into the next year, into the future. And I think it's going to be a great day of football, some cool ceremonies, at halftime and things like that. So. The spring game will be a great environment. I think it'll be awesome to have great crowd there for our guys to feel what game day is going to be like in that first one against Texas. And then later on that night, it's a big fundraiser for us in terms of NIL. We do that in the Woody. It's a pretty unique experience. We'll have north of Nashville, like you said, and Russell Dickerson here. We call it Saddle Up, and anybody who's been to it has just had a blast. And our former players will be there, Jack Sawyer, Will Howard, a bunch of the guys from last year, to kind of celebrate the national championship, but also raise some money for NIL and enjoy some good country music.
Coach, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. Have a great practice today. Enjoy these next couple of weeks, and we'll check in again soon, all right?
Thanks, fellas. Have a good day. Yep.
There he goes, Ryan Day with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Columbus Blue Jacket, Sean Kuraly. He joins us next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now, just one crash down in the Circleville area on 23 northbound. Coming into town, expect some lane closures right near Emerson Road. But everything here in Columbus proper moving along with no major issues. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay, moving up payday so you could get your money faster, up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
Hey, it's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
When you buy from Pella, you could meet Brad, Bob, maybe Mike, or 54 others that make our local Pella team so awesome.
And if you buy from me, you'll get to meet me.
Just a one-man operation, Wilson?
I've got a bunch of cousins helping me, but based on their work, I'm not sure they've got thumbs.
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. April's a great time to spruce up around your house, like getting rid of those old, ugly, drafty, hard-to-open windows and starting fresh. Especially during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale going on now. There's no limit to how much you could save, and if you buy a house full of windows, they'll include a free entry door, too. Plus, with 0% financing, 0 down, and no monthly payments, you could get new windows and pay nothing until 2027. How do they do it? Well, Window Nation partners with the top window manufacturers in the nation to build windows to their high-quality specs. Then they pass the savings on to you. You'll protect your home with some of the best windows you can buy at a fraction of the price of those other brands. Just imagine what you could do with all that extra money. Hurry, the sale ends soon, so don't miss your chance to take advantage of the Buy 4, Get 4 free and pay nothing until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now at 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. One more time, that's Buy 4, Get 4 free from Window Nation, 866-90NATION or windownation.com.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken, but when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
If you're like most Americans, you've racked up tens of thousands in credit card debt. You're stuck with 20% interest fees, and even the monthly payments, well, they're hard to make. It's insane. Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. The good news is that there is a way out. AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com. Advantage First Lending. They specialize in fast, easy access to the equity in your home. Most homeowners have hundreds of thousands of dollars in their home equity. That's your money. AFLcash.com can get it out for you with zero junk fees and zero hassle. You can pay off all those credit cards in just a matter of days. Pay off your car loans too. Cut your monthly expenses by $800 or even $900. I'm telling you, the relief you need, well, it's right there at your fingertips. AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. That's 844-394-CASH. Break out of the credit card debt prison with AFLcash.com.
Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
Every single Wednesday at this time, we get to check in with a different Columbus Blue Jacket.
Morning Juice presents Talking Jackets.
Now it's Boone Jenner along the end boards, and he stuffs it behind Peter Mrazek for the score.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
This Columbus Blue Jacket of choice. As we head out to the hotline, he is Sean Kuraly. Sean, thanks for the time. Always appreciate it. How we feeling? Big victory last night at Nationwide Arena for you and the gang.
Yeah, feeling good, thanks. Big victory. It was, they're all real important this time of year.
They are. It was less drama-filled than on Friday when you guys were taking on the Canucks at Nationwide Arena. Can you take us through, Sean? Because earlier in the week we had a chance to talk in with Jean-Luc Grandpierre and Bob McElligott, and they're like, I was upset, I was back, I was upset, I was back. I mean, you were a part of that game. What is it like playing in one of those, the ice seems to tilt and it tilts extremely to one side or the other?
Oh, wow. That was wild. I was just so back and forth. I mean, I don't know if I've been a part of something like that in the NHL. It was just so back and forth, so up and down. I think you'd like it to be a little less drama filled, but to come out on the right side of it, I guess that's all that matters. And you look back and try and figure out where we could have done a little better and clean up some of our mistakes and just move on from it, realizing that you don't have much time to think about it. But I think a good one in hindsight for the spectators.
How are we feeling now heading into Thursday? Like when you get a little momentum with that, I mean, does that carry over when you have a big goal explosion, in a game like that?
Well, I think partly. I think you can get guys that are starting to feel good about their game, and when you're shooting and it's going on the net, as simple as it sounds, sometimes you just start to shoot a little more, and that can end up in more goals. So I think it's definitely a good progression for us, and especially it was our top guys that were doing a lot of the scoring, so that's good. And the power play got back on the right side of the ledger, and so it's definitely something that we can build upon because Thursday or tomorrow is a big one, and against a good team we got coming in. Sean,
when you guys go through the first 20 minutes like you did last night, and you're up 3-0, then you extend that lead 7-3 after the second period. What's the message from Dino and the coaches in that room, and even you guys as veterans to some of the players? Like, we cannot let this slip. You've been here for a decent amount of time now. These games sometimes get sideways. They have in the past. But when you're up in a game like that against an opponent who does not nearly have as many points as you, like, what's the message from your veterans to then close out the last 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's really just to keep it simple, Beamer. These games can, it's those first couple minutes of the last period are seem to be important. If you can just keep them, keep them quiet, make sure they know that this night is not going to be one of those nights where they come back. So it's really just first couple of shifts of that period, get it behind them, make them know if they're going to do this, it's going to be the hard way. So it's just the simple things. There's no secret recipe. There's no magic. Just make them do it. Make them go 200 feet if they want to score, and make it difficult and make them know they're going to have to work. And usually they'll go away if you do that.
So Sean, Dino was saying that you guys have a cardboard cutout of Don Waddell in there, and you've been pulling back the pieces as you've won every game, kind of like Major League. What was it like? What piece were able to slide off last night of his clothing?
Oh, God. I think we're going to have to keep all that. We'll have to keep all that in-house.
Just say his tie, Sean. Say something.
Yeah.
He is Sean Kuraly, Columbus Blue Jacket, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. I know we've talked to you a multitude of times throughout this season. Are you guys looking right now at the points?
Yeah, you can't help it. There's a couple games on yesterday. There's a few of us that, there was the Detroit and St. Louis game on after our game in the locker room. You're watching and seeing what's going on around the league, and, realizing you have no control over it. But hey, you work all season to make these things happen. So you definitely have an eye on what's going on around the league. But, we take care of our business. We think we'll be in good shape, and at the end of the day, that's all we can do anyway. So I think we've got a good mindset about it all.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us. What do you got on the schedule today? You guys got practice, or you get an off day?
Yeah, I mean, if this call was any earlier, I would have missed it. I just woke up. I got practice at 11, so I haven't even had coffee yet. 1 hour coffee, and head to practice and get ready for tomorrow.
Absolutely, should be a great one over at Nationwide Arena. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
All right, fellas. Anytime. Thanks.
There he goes, our guy, Columbus Blue Jacket, Sean Kuraly, with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. 9 to go, 2 points out of a playoff spot. Big one tomorrow at home against the Avs. Before we get out of here today, our fan poll at 971thefan.com or on X at 971thefan is sponsored by Caster Connection. What's your favorite Val Kilmer movie? Now, it was us to decide the 4. All right? We've come up with Heat, The Doors, Tombstone, Top Gun. I have to go with Top Gun, just for what that movie was for me as a child.
It was so good, but his best role, it's got to be Doc Holliday for me. I mean, I could watch him in Tombstone over and over and over again. And by the way, I learned this about it, Tim Sharkey. The fact that when he's playing Chopin in the saloon, they said Val Kilmer never knew how to play the piano. He learned how to play that piece simply for the movie.
I can't play Bluey on Meredith's mom's piano, let alone that.
Well, let alone being drunk or pretending to be.
No, I don't think I'm pretending to be. I just am at that point. Bob, I had so much fun with you today. What do you say we reconvene tomorrow on a big Thursday if they allow us? You good with that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Everybody have an awesome day. Uncle Bo and the boys are going to be joined by Jake Trotter coming up at 10:30. We are back live tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to break everything down. Have a good one. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, just one crash down in the Circleville area on 23 northbound. Coming into town, expect some lane closures right near Emerson Road, but everything here in Columbus proper moving along with no major issues. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Reds fans, 2025 single game tickets are on sale now. Secure your seats for the biggest matchups at Great American Ballpark this year, including the Yankees, Dodgers, and Cubs. And don't miss out on honoring the Hit King on May 14th for a special Pete Rose night when all fans in attendance will receive a Pete Rose replica jersey. For tickets to join your Reds in 2025, visit reds.com/tickets.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more locally grown goodness to life with a farm-fresh selection of crisp vegetables and juicy, ready-to-eat fruit. Whether topping off kebabs on the grill or adding healthy color to a leafy green salad, your family will definitely enjoy the delicious taste of Meijer produce. Plus, you'll appreciate the selection and savings we have to offer. That's the fresh-picked good life, priced for real life. We work hard to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
Hey, Ohio State fans. While others cut corners, like that team up north, Valvoline Instant Oil Change is Buckeye-level quality. We train hard and treat every day like game day. We're always quick, but never rushed. And you can stay in your car while our experts do the work. Valvoline Instant Oil Change is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Visit valvoline.com/Buckeyes to find your nearest location and access exclusive fan savings.
When your sump pump is no longer sumping and pumping, please don't become a sump pump grump.
A sump pump grump thinks whacking the pump will make it start working again.
But it never does.
Get Eco.
ECO. A sump pump grump will let a faulty sump pump completely ruin a perfectly good day.
Fortunately, I've invented a solution.
No more sump pump grump?
No more sump pump grump.
Get Eco.
ECO. Tell me about it, Jerry.
The solution is that you get ECO to do a sump pump inspection.
What would that include?
We check your pump, your battery backup, and all the downspouts and drains along the way to make sure everything is running clear.
How much?
That's up to you, Aaron.
Jerry, ECO would be happy to do that for just $89.
That's a great price.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
Go to geteco.com.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to truegreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit vividseats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticket.